Steel boots stomping, crashing the floor. Two wild yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two dumb yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two dumb yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I got to be honest with you. I'm just looking at the panel here. I'm sitting here getting ready for the show, and all I got to say is, ladies, calm down, right? Calm down, ladies. If this isn't the most handsome panel of men that you've ever seen in one place at the same time, I would be surprised. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 834 of the Two Dumb Yinzers. I want to say, everybody, this morning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's great to see our friends Finch. It's great to see our friend Derpy. It's all right to see Mike, and I'm glad to see everybody this morning. Welcome to Kenneth on the board. Welcome to Corey on the board. It's Tuesday, guys. It is Tallman Tuesday. We will keep you updated if we hear any scoop from the coach. Of course, going on here in about 7 minutes to talk on his presser, as he does every single Tuesday of football season. We'll keep you posted on every and anything that we do here in the meantime. But we do have a good show for you today, guys. We have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to go over, a lot of speculation as the trade deadline.
The laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder.
Not bad.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I always forget that little teaser at the end of there.
And guys, we were just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks away from the trade deadline. That's right. 2 weeks from right now at 4:00 p.m. That will be the trade deadline. So I would expect, if we're expecting anything to happen as far as guys moving, personnel, things like that, to happen in the next 2 weeks. So we will see. We'll get into that and much, much more today. I got some different speculation, different ideas. And again, I see it on the board already. Corey asked about, said something about Tyler Lockett, which again, this is kind of some news over the past 24 hours as he gets cut from his squad. So we'll get into that and a lot more, guys. So much to get into today. I do want to start this morning by saying, Finch, nice to see you, my friend. How are you doing?
I am feeling good, doing well. Been awfully busy, been dealing with some stuff around the house. We have had some plumbing issues here lately. It's just been a very inconvenient few weeks, but we're back, baby.
Good. I'm glad to see you back. Always glad to see you on the screen, Finch. You are one of my favorites. Speaking of favorites, buddy. Of course. Speaking of my favorites, I don't know if it's Artie Langer. I don't know if it's Derpy, but down in the box right below me, Derpy, how you doing today, man?
Hey now.
I like that.
Great.
I don't know what's
There you
going on with your
go.
microphone. If you would just explain what's going on with the color on the front of your microphone. I'm having a hard
It's
time.
green.
It's green. Is that just what it is? It
It
lights.
can change colors.
Nice. Okay.
So you chose the color of this week's opponent for the Steelers. Nice job, buddy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can change it to yellow.
In his defense, he did have it on green last week as well. I did notice. So we'll let him. Okay, look
I
at that.
flip it.
There we go.
Orange.
are these-
There we go. There's yellow.
Let me ask
Gold.
you real quick, guys,
Gold.
before we do move on. What are these
Gold.
microphones that people do have on the internet nowadays? They're like the size of a rabbit's foot.
Corey.
And they hold it here and it's furry. I thought they were rabbit.
Oh yeah, the
feet, ones that-
lavalier mics.
I'm gonna have to get one of them for the show. I'll just stand like this all day and talking to my
I hate that people hold it because it's always been a thing. You just clip it to your lapel
You're
or whatever,
right.
and now it's like a trend, especially amongst like YouTube essay people.
Yes.
To just hold it with the wire hanging out, and it's like, bro, why?
I like the fuzzy little coverings.
They put the little wind thing on there.
It looks like a rabbit foot. Good morning, Michael. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, and I know when all the ladies tuned in today, they all had to immediately change their panties.
Damn right they did.
4 of us. It's just the effect we have on people.
It's like the Niagara Falls today.
And it's too, baby, gushing, flowing.
Derpy, you look like you have something to say, or you have to fart.
I wanted to finish something. I just wanted to say that I'm doing better than the
He's
Bucks
definitely gonna
last
fart.
night.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm doing better than the Bucks last night.
You are doing better than the Bucks last night, guys. And we
damn.
did have CBS pick'ems, and we will get to the results of those pretty soon. But I do want to say
Baker
good
got
morning
baked.
to everybody on the board so far this morning. I want to say good morning. Corey says, "What's up, fellas? I just saw a headline about Tyler Lockett. I'm sorry, on Dig News. Corey says you guys think he'd be a good fit here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Kenneth says, hello, guys. What's up, Kenneth Jones? Always great seeing our friend Kenneth Jones on the terrible board. Cody says, fuck them Bengals. And I couldn't agree with you more. Fuck them Bengals, man.
Comment of the day so far.
Yeah.
I don't know. The next one's pretty good by Cody.
Cody, well, hold on. Let's see. Vegas says, what's good, everyone? Nice seeing you, Vegas, on the board. Always great seeing Vegas from out west. Cody says, Derpy, show us your knockers. Maybe, just maybe, if you're good, Cody. If you behave yourself today, maybe we might see some knockers. Corey says, I got 2 mics. I have a short clip Bluetooth mic, and then I have this one that clips to my phone and plugs into my charger port. I'm working up to a studio mic, LOL. And I have a question for you, Corey, because you are the resident conspiracy theory expert. Just real quick, I don't want to hang on this too long. I do want to get started, but over the weekend, Corey, the Penguins won 3-0. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds won 3-0, and the Pitt Panthers scored 30 points in their win over Syracuse. To our conspiracy theory expert, Corey, on the board, does that mean anything for Pittsburgh sports? The fact that we had all 3 games had 3-0 in them throughout the weekend? I don't know. It sounds suspicious to me, but again, I don't know. I know, Corey, if you have any explanation for this or any relevance, let us know. I do want to say good morning to Richard on the board. Good morning, my friend. And Derpy, and I'm sorry, Finch is even on the board already, begging for no knockers. So
not from these guys anyway. If the tiny girl, the tiny stripper showed up or something like that, then we can relinquish that comment.
So Derpy's not a tiny dancer. He's not good enough for the.
He's not good
Hold me
enough
closer, tiny dancer.
I'm not good enough for you, man.
Hold me tighter.
Hold me
tighter,
yeah,
do that.
Derpy dancer.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Cody says,
I did, Cody.
Derpy, you picked the Bengals on the pick 'em, and you have been our good luck charm.
WTF, mate.
A lot of things to get into, guys. Of course, yes, we do have the results from the CBS Pick'ems. Again, I think it went well. It went well this week. It was better than it was a couple of weeks ago, and nobody did well. So we'll get into that shortly, guys. Vegas says it's kind of hard to avoid 0-3 when there are only 10s.
10 numbers.
I like it. Oh, yeah, it is 10 numbers, isn't it? Before we get started, guys, congratulations to Michael Keaton and a bunch of other Pittsburghers as they get on the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame yesterday. I don't know if you've seen this. Congratulations. I think Fred Rogers, I think Roberto Clemente, all the greats from Pittsburgh in the first round of the Hollywood Walk of Fame version here in Pittsburgh. I think down at the Strip, maybe. I'm not even sure exactly where it's at, but congratulations. And that's pretty awesome. It looks pretty cool. There's a bunch of stars on the ground, and we do got a bunch of pretty high profile people there. Again, congratulations to them as well. Let me see. Corey says this. He says it's hard to say because we kicked off the week for Pittsburgh sports and we're the only Pitt team to lose, right? That's right. But I do know we're beating Green Bay. It's the only team Aaron Rodgers have never beat. Corey follows it up with saying he will not retire without beating every team at least once.
Hey, Favre did it.
And also Vegas says Batman and Beetlejuice, absolutely, amongst many
Mm-hmm.
other classic movies. Michael Keaton from right here in went to Montour High School.
Multiplicity might be my favorite Michael Keaton.
And I just
Underrated movie.
oh,
Yeah,
absolutely,
It's a good one. It's funny.
And let me throw one fact out there for you. Montour, where Michael Keaton went to high school, just beat Aliquippa. Of course, we all know Quip in high school football last week. So there you go, big week for Montour. And one thing I do want to let you know about also Aliquippa, guys. Mike, remember yesterday I spoke about Pitt winning. We spoke briefly about them beating Syracuse.
Yeah.
Sophomore Cam Lindsay from Aliquippa led the game in tackles with 8 tackles for Pitt on Saturday.
Nice.
So good on him. Good for our guys here in the Valley. They're going to do well. So everybody, good morning. Welcome back. Cody says, ever since Derpy's Kim Kardashian moment, we have looked unstoppable. And you picked the Bengals for shame, Derpy. For shame.
Shame.
I wanted to win.
I get you. All right.
See, no. Like I like how Derpy on air picked the Steelers to win, and our picks are supposed to line up, and he changed his official CBS picks.
Finch, I have to check with Finch on the rules on this one.
I won regardless, though.
I didn't have the answer for this. Mike came in. He came in hot on Monday, or it was the Friday after the picks, and he'd said Derpy made the picks on the show. But then on his picks for CBS, he picked different teams. Is this allowed? I didn't have an answer. I don't think that it's not allowed, but I never thought of it before.
So here's my thought on that. I think that since the CBS picks are a free league and we're not paying money to be in it, we're not winning money to be in it, I think that the picks on there, at least for us four, need to match our picks on the show. Okay. If it was a money league and we were playing for money and there were actual stakes involved, I would be more lenient towards he makes the picks here Thursday morning and then you take a minute, you read the news and you're like, oh, fuck it, somebody got hurt, or, oh, you know what, I don't think the Steelers are going to win. And you change it because you have until, 7:30 on Thursday night for your CBS picks?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. If it was a money thing, I would say Dirty is in, or Dirty Derpy is in the right. But I think
that's like Gran Turismo.
I should do that actually. But also Derpy, you have a streak for cheating on this show with picks.
I did not cheat.
And you are well known for taking the Dirty Derpy line. You're apex through the curve, buddy. You're that's how you like to roll. So I'm going with Ryan and Michael on this one. I'm going to say that was a dirty move.
Well, okay, continue.
I actually chose the Bengals.
And either way, I probably still did better than you this week. So
I don't think that listen, I think that now that we figured it out right here on 10/21, October 21st, I don't think that it was dirty, but I think if it would happen now, because now it's made clear. We've never made
it's
it
like
clear.
The tuck rule. It's like the tuck rule. It was complete bullshit when it happened, but the rules are the rules, and then it has since been changed.
Like the Tom Brady of the show, Derpy. So there you go, Tom Brady.
That's actually that's a hell of a compliment for you, Brady.
If you ain't cheating, you're not trying.
That's right. Well, hey, he's Brady and he's Belichick. Let's see. On the board, Vegas says this is Deer Lake still a school there. It sure is. Deer Lakes is a school. Mark Malone sounds like a dirty pool to me. Hey, you're getting any pool with these four guys, it's going to be dirty. Believe me. Vegas says Derpy changed his mind. It's okay to me. You know what? That's kind of where I was. I didn't see a problem, but here again, I had to go to the board, to the panel, I guess you could call it, and get the answer. And I think, Mike, is this where your vote lies as well with Finch?
Yeah, what Dirty did was wrong. What Dirty Derp did was wrong, and
he should
wrong.
Be castricized.
Castricized.
Vegas says, cool. My mom went, oh, no way. That's awesome. Vegas's mom went to Deer Lakes. That's
nice.
Cool. Yes, awesome. It's certainly the school here for sure. Real quick, one more quick question. We're going to get into some football. Let me ask you this on the spot. Be ready to answer when I ask. Finch, what's your favorite movie?
The Big Lebowski.
Mike, what's your favorite movie?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Derpy, what's your favorite movie?
Well, it's comic book related.
Just answer the damn question.
Yeah, any movie. It could be a dirty movie, whatever.
Quick.
The original Batman.
Okay.
Michael Keaton. Gotta love it.
Well, I was at work last week, and I was on the radio. I was put on a spot, and somebody asked me, and I could not think of a movie to save my life. I have a million favorite movies. My
Same.
Favorite,
I have 20 of them that ran through my head, and I picked literally the first one I thought of.
Literally, Friday is my favorite movie ever. Friday, and it's
amazing.
I will admit that any moment, any day to anybody. Finch, I couldn't think of anything. I sat there once in my life. I had nothing to say. I thought, what the fuck is my favorite movie?
I thought the world was going to end if that's going to happen.
I did. I did think the world was going to end. I shouted out. I eventually said, "White Men Can't Jump," which is one of my favorites.
Oh, classic!
Ultimately,
yes.
It saved me by being able to say something like this. But ultimately, Friday is my favorite movie. But again, put on the spot like that. If you're thinking about other things,
there's
caught me off guard.
There's so many different movies. I'm going through comedies, horror, drama.
I've got all the Tarantino movies going through my head now,
Then sub-genres of every genre. And
right.
Fuck, what really is my favorite movie?
Right. If you had to sit down and rank your top 25 favorite movies, it sounds like a lot, but once you started doing it, I bet you'd start to say, wow, I have way more.
Take that Batman pick back.
Right. I'm sorry, Derpy?
I take the Batman pick back.
He's taking the Batman pick back. Go ahead.
Goonies.
Okay, fair enough. Some good movies on the board.
Another good one. See, look, that's probably not even in my top 25, and I fucking love the Goonies.
It's still great.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
There's just so many good. That's like saying name your favorite, your favorite song.
Favorite song, favorite band.
Yeah.
Literally any form of art that you grew up enjoying and loving. It's really hard to just nail one. You know what I mean? Maybe 5 you could nail pretty quick, but to just come up with one off the top of your head, that's
right. Because then you have to take that extra step and think, what is my favorite?
What really is my favorite?
Right.
And then you start thinking, like, you define what does favorite mean?
Right.
Like, is it my favorite because it makes me laugh? Is it my favorite because it makes me cry? Is it my favorite because I love football and sports and hockey? Is it my favorite because of this?
I was just thankful that I didn't shout out something like regarding Henry. Or, I would say
that would be as good as it gets.
Schindler's List, man, makes me laugh every time I watch it.
Oh my god,
you were making out during
Schindler's List.
Nah.
Hi, Mrs. Seinfeld. I saw Jerry today at the movies.
Newman is the best. Guys, let's get to some of these messages because we do have some opinions on what other favorite movies are. Vegas says Coming to America, classic movie. Corey says The Crow. The Crow, also a great one. One of my favorites, he says next. Oh my god, I should have said Juice. That's right.
I've never seen Juice.
Oh, great movie.
Good movie, I know, but I've not ever watched it.
Let's see. Vegas says, you know what? He says, too late. You're stuck with Juice. The Crow. You're stuck with The Crow, Corey. He says.
It's a good pick.
It is a very good pick. Both of them good picks. Cody says it was like that DK interception call. They gave it to the Bengals, but when Ramsey picked up the fumble against the Vikings, it was a dead call. Cody says Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder's good stuff.
That movie.
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. You dude who don't know what dude he is.
That movie gets better and better.
You're right.
As the years go on. Yeah. And just real quick on Tropic Thunder. I actually saw a clip recently of, I don't know the podcast, but it was 2 African-American gentlemen, and they were discussing how good and how black that Robert Downey Jr. was. His facial expressions, the way he talked, he literally did crush that character.
Right.
And that movie is underrated. It's chef's kiss good. Tropic Thunder.
Corey says okay.
Have a busted nut. Some baby juice. Sorry.
Some baby goo. Corey says okay. Fair. Vegas, not bad. 1, 2 in order. Both amazing movies. Vegas says Jerry Seinfeld was like the 7th funniest person on the show. I think Mike.
And he was still great.
Yes,
he was still great.
Yeah,
so that's a very high.
I agree. Richard says Casino, great movie. Came with it was like a 17-hour movie. I remember I bought that when I was a kid because I thought I was going to be cool, like all the other kids watching the gangster movies and shit. It was like the longest.
It's like a 3.5 hour flick. But dude, Sharon Stone in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, in the early part of the movie, she gets ran through by the end. But
Mark Malone, good morning to you as well, sir. Great to see everybody. Welcome. Vegas says, was Karen and Goodfellas the first Karen to mess things up?
She might be the original Karen.
She might be the original Karen.
The Godfather.
Let's get into it. We do have, again, the most handsome panel you will see on the on YouTube today. If you go around, we have Mike, we have Derpy. I'm sorry, Artie Lang, the new Artie Lang look, and also Finch. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Let's get ready for some Green Bay Packers. Well, it was Babu yesterday. It was Artie Lang on Friday.
I laughed so hard when I watched that, and you guys brought up that genie
Babu.
Dude, I have tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard.
Derpy has brought me some genuine laughs over this past week. I got to be honest. I've laughed.
I'm so happy you got a camera, Derpy. Thank you for upgrading.
Absolutely. Ty, my brother, what's up? Nice seeing you on the board. Let's get into it, guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers going into week 8 with a 4-2 record, the same exact record they had last season. I'm sorry, guys. The Steelers are 3.5-point home dogs. Underdogs to the Packers coming to town on Sunday night. This is an 8:20 start on Sunday night. Control our own destiny, guys. This is how it plays out. We said earlier, we know that some teams are going to win later when we're losing. But one secret that I did see, guys, one thing that might get you a little bit excited is this. The last I heard, and this was this morning, Lamar still isn't practicing with the Baltimore Ravens. I think they have the Bears maybe this week. I will look at the schedules here in a moment. But guys, Lamar Jackson, if he doesn't play again, are they done, Mike?
Yeah, if they fall to 1-6, I that's too steep of a hill to dig yourself out of.
For anybody, right? I mean, 1-6 is,
and for how their defense is playing, and not being a typical Baltimore's Ravens defense to where they can lock you down and shut you down, they're done. They're done because if that defense was half competent, they might have won a couple of games by now and be sitting in an okay position to where Lamar comes back and you get that offense going. But that's a hamstring injury. How long is it going to take for him to come back? And if he comes back, will he injure it again? Because their offensive line isn't that good either. Lamar's at his best when he breaks contain, is able to settle and scan the field and buy time back there or take off on the runs. He's liable to pull that thing again. And then, you saw what they had with Cooper Rush, and they got nothing. So, if they lose this one, I do honestly think they are done. Now, can they fuck us over? Yeah. But I think they're done.
Imagine the Ravens being done before we even get a chance to play them.
Yeah.
Be the greatest thing ever.
So, guys, last night, Monday Night Football, let's give you some results real quick. The Detroit Lions, they beat up the Buccaneers, guys, 24-9 in the 7 o'clock game and then in the 10 o'clock game, which I love football going till after 1 o'clock here on the East Coast. I was not one of the people bitching. Seattle Seahawks, the team that beat us earlier this year, they beat the Houston Texans 27-19. So week 7 is officially over. We're heading into week 8, guys. Again, call it what you will. This is going to put us at our 7th game. After this game, we'll have 10. We'll just have 10 games left, and we do control our destiny. You know what? And let me ask you this, Tyrone. Is that, he said just right on the top, I'm just grabbing it real quick. He says, this is a must-win for us. Is this a must-win for Baltimore this week? Mike, pull it up real quick. Who do they play? I think Chicago, but I could be wrong.
They do play the Bears. And
this, guys on the board, everybody on the board, is this a must-win for Baltimore? Because we are calling it a must-win for us. Again, we're 4-2 sitting here on top. Is this a must-win for Baltimore at 1-6 if they would fall to 1-6? Let me ask you also, guys, from the panel, if they are 2-5 after this week, do you think the same thing, or do you think they might still be able to mount a comeback?
This is a must-win for them. Yeah.
They are cooked if they don't win this week. They're already cooked. Let's be honest, man. They have to go on a serious win streak. They got to win like 9 out of 10 if they want to compete in this division right now, because the Steelers are playing good enough ball to win most of their games. The offense has woken up. If our defense can just get our heads out of our ass every game consistently, the Steelers are actually a pretty decent team. We're not going to lose more than 3 or 4 more games. And that's what Baltimore needs to catch up to us right now at this moment, I think, is 3 games. So, I mean, if Lamar's not in there, they're absolutely done. But I already think they're cooked, bro.
Derby, what about you? Do you think that this Raven team with one more loss, again, starting at 1-6, are they cooked? Is that too much for them to get out of? I mean, when Lamar gets back, and again, they resemble a decent football squad, are they going to be able to pull back in it? They're about 3.5 games behind us now. And again, that's just for the division lead. We could always talk wild card as you do down the stretch. Is this a must-win game for Baltimore this weekend when they play Chicago?
Yes and no.
I like that answer.
Because looking at their schedule, the next 5 to 6 games are winnable for them. But the final 5 are 2 against us and 3 against the Packers.
They've already lost like 4
Patriots,
winnable games.
And the Bengals. So, I mean, you're right, Finch, but I'm just looking at their schedule. It's about a 50-50 that they couldn't make it.
Yeah, no, that's a good. The thing is, I was always under the impression once they get Lamar back, they're going to be fine and they're going to win football games, and they should be able to climb back in it. But again, I can't recall ever thinking that a 1-6 team was ever going to have a chance at anything in life. And here we are. So we will find out, guys. Let's look real quick through the schedule for the Steelers moving forward. I do know that it's going to be tough. These next 7 games is what they keep talking about. These next 7 games, the 7 games are going to be rough for Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at these next 7 games because, again, this could make or break the season as we are right now.
Yep.
4-2. 4-2 getting ready to move forward, guys. Of course, the Steelers do. I'm sorry, Derpy?
The next 3 are rough.
They really are. Let's take a look. This Sunday night, the Steelers, of course, they host the Packers. The one thing I do like about these next 4, 3 of them are at home. So they do host the Packers on Sunday night. The next Sunday we'll be hosting the Colts, who are starting to look really good. I'm going to be honest with you. Then we go out to L.A. to play the Chargers, and then back home to face this Bengals team that we had no answer for, Mike. 3 and 4, or I'm sorry, these next 4 games. How many games, just off the top, without digging into details and things like this, where do you see us after? What record do you give us for these 4 games? Providing everyone stays healthy and things just continue to go as they are.
I can see right now, just off the top of my head, 2-2 at worst.
Okay. Who do you find particularly be a hard different? Like I think we beat Green Bay, and I'm going to be honest with you. I have something here somewhere. Mike Tomlin is 7-2, 7-2 following Thursday night road losses.
Yes.
So, these numbers, do they mean anything? I don't know, but they seem to be meaning things from week to week. Again, Mike Tomlin 7-2 following Thursday night road losses, guys. And this is certainly following a Thursday night road loss.
Yeah.
This game, I think, is winnable for us. I'm not saying that Green Bay is bad. I'm not by any means. I think the Colts are going to be interesting. We haven't played them face-to-face with this team they had. I suspect it's going to be a tough game. The Chargers not living up to their billing out there. The quarterback's doing well. Their running game is gone. It's depleted. They have nothing as far as a running game. And, Mike, the Chargers, and then after that, again, the Bengals, a team that we had no answer for. So, again, 2-2 is what you're going. Tyrone on the board's going 3-1. Cody 2-2. Finch, where are you at? How do you think these next 4 games are going to go? The next month? A lot of here on the North Shore. It's a lot of home games.
I'm even looking 2 weeks past that as well. The Steelers have a legitimate shot to lose like 4 of the next 6 games.
And when you said that, you said about the schedule, I thought the same thing because after this, you're right.
It's the Bears and the Bills. And the Bears aren't like great or anything, but they're on a winning streak right now, and they're putting it together. And they have a coach that knows how to put it together.
They're winning football games, just like Carolina.
Games.
These are bad teams that are winning games. Maybe they're turning that corner.
What Timmy and I have both been saying, Caleb Williams is a real deal. The dude can play.
Dude looks nice.
The dude looks good. If the line will just block for him, their offense is going to be okay. I think the Steelers struggle versus the Bears. And then we got the Bills, and the Bills are awesome. Dude, Jared Allen. Or excuse me, Josh Allen. I always say Jared Allen. I'm sorry. Josh Allen.
So does Ryan.
He gets me every time.
He was one of my Vikings. A great.
Jared Allen's awesome. I love that guy. But Josh Allen's also awesome, and he is currently the quarterback of the Bills. And
the thing is, though, like
2-2 for the next 4 is looking good, but 2-4 for the next 6 is probably more likely. I don't see us losing to the Packers. I just don't. I think Aaron has a chip on his shoulder. And then the Chargers are a decent squad on paper, as they always are, but they've kind of fallen apart. Plus, that's a Sunday night game. Steelers shine on Sunday nights, bro.
It's an out west game. We've been kind of iffy there, but
if the weather's nice, the Steelers will be fine, dude.
Yeah, but the Charger Stadium, Steeler fans can take that over, so it could. More
it's in LA. I mean, LA. Any team can take over that stadium, really, except for Chargers fans. That's sad but true.
The key thing is the sad thing is with all these games coming up, I know this is going to sound cliche, sports talk radio-ish analysis, but if you can't stop
that's why we're here.
If any of these next games coming up, we're going to have a big problem. Because then they're going to be able to throw and pass against you. But if the Steelers can stop the run like they were doing the past couple of weeks, they can win a lot of these games coming up and down the stretch if they can get the run defense figured out. And it's almost as simple as that. Because with the last handful of games, we were stopping the run, forcing teams to be one-dimensional. When the Steelers allow teams to do whatever they want, pick and choose, we have seen this historically. Teams can pick us apart. And it's just tried and true football. If
Mike, we have to come out.
You can win.
Come out and prove that we can play defense again. We have to come out and show that we're capable of playing defense in the NFL. And so let me to my next question, Mike. It was a great segue. My next question is this: we have the trade deadline coming 2 weeks from today. on 4:00 p.m. 2 weeks from today.
Mhm.
It's going to be trade deadline. So let me ask you this: I'm seeing Tyler Lockett. I'm seeing all these names. We're not dumb here. We see all the names flying around. Is it sensible to even be talking about a wide receiver anymore at this point when we are again, a better offense? Guys, again, Aaron Rodgers, 14 touchdowns after this week, going into this week's season, leading the NFL before Matthew Stafford and somebody else passed him. Guys, go ahead, Derp. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to bring up Tomlin said he's optimistic about Calvin Austin playing against the Packers this
All
Sunday
right,
night.
scoop in. Mike Tomlin just did say straight from the horse's mouth that Calvin Austin, he's optimistic about Austin, Austin also saying the same thing when he was asked. He says, "I'm hopeful. I'm sure hopeful." So, but guys, do you think that it makes sense even worrying about a wide receiver by the trade deadline? We can't stop the run to save our life. Should we be focusing on maybe some defensive linemen, maybe some inside linebacking help? Where the real problem is, again, Aaron Rodgers put up 14 touchdowns going into this after Thursday night's game.
Yeah,
that's better than Mike than a lot of. Listen, I'm going to tell you how better it is.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, he could pass Big Ben this season. He has 14 touchdowns through 6 games. That sets the pace that would put him to pass Ben's all-time record here in Pittsburgh for touchdowns in a season of 34. The most touchdowns ever thrown in a season was by Big Ben in 2018. That's 34 of them, franchise record. Aaron Rodgers is on pace to beat that pretty easily.
Yeah.
So are we focusing on the wrong thing? Should we be thinking about stopping somebody on defense, let alone trying to get pretty now? And again, who knows if that's even going to help us getting pretty. If things are going really well on defense, I want to get pretty. Things are not going well on defense, guys. I think we should be thinking about many other things than a wide receiver at this moment. Again, because the offense is moving. We have great red zone offense. A lot of good things happening for us.
Yeah.
Mike, should we be focusing a little bit more on the front seven when it comes to the trade deadline?
I think wide receiver should still be a focus because they do want to get someone out there who has some speed. Yes, CA3 has speed, but someone with a little more pedigree and a little more better build. But that doesn't preclude you from finding yourself a D lineman that can come in and be a slight upgrade against some of these guys that we have. Doesn't preclude you from getting an inside backer or an outside corner. I'm starting to hear names like Tariq Woolen being shopped around in the NFL. Like, yes, the Seahawks are playing well. Like someone like him, I thought he's been up and down the past couple of years, so I don't know how much of an upgrade he would be. Like I said yesterday, Asante Samuel. He's a corner. He's out in free agency. He's coming off an injury. He's been medically cleared to play. You kick the tires on him if you want to go outside the organization. But, yeah, I think you get a receiver and you try to find some beef up front too. Or we just start playing YA Black, ukulele more over some of the guys we have been playing. I think on the
Black
defense,
did get a little bit of playing time last game. Like he did get pushed around. That was duly noted that YA Black's playing time during that game against Cincinnati didn't look very good. We could have went to we could have went to YA Black. We could have went to whatever at that point. There was nothing that was able to stop that freaking offense last week, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I see what you're saying. I think maybe for the front D line, maybe it might be a personnel issue. How they're deploying the guys, but I would be, you could find a team who's sucking right now and go get some. I'm looking at Tennessee. You probably can't get them with the contract and all that shit, but Jeffrey Simmons, their big D tackle, D end. I think he would be a phenomenal fit here in Pittsburgh. I don't think he's a typical nose, but you throw him, Harmon, and Cam Hayward out there as your top three. You find a spot for any of those three guys to eat up space and beat people. And your front three would be set. But again, like the contract wise, I don't know if he would be available, but he is someone I would be looking at if you're really concerned about the run. And then Rashid Shaheed at wide receiver, he's cheap. He's on the last year of his contract. You can get him dirt cheap. You're not going to pay him much money for the rest of this year. Those are the two names that I would be looking at to go after for a trade if you want to improve the pass game, which is going really well. But, want to have more guys out there because what happens if, DK does get hurt? We still have that, could happen. So I think Shaheed would be a decent replacement if DK would go down for a short period of time. There's no one out there that you're going to get that can replace him if we lose him for the whole season. But for a short time game or two, Rashid Shaheed in the defense, Jeffrey Simmons, if you can pry him away from Tennessee, but I don't know his contract situation.
We did have a comment on the board that kind of leaned into where I was going next. Is it a personnel issue or is it a schematic issue, Finch? A lot of people are saying we have a good defense. We have good players. This team should be good, and there's really no explanation why they're not at this point against a team that has a terrible offensive line, a team that has no defense, a team that has the worst offensive running game in the league. Is it schematic? Is it systematic? Or is it personnel, Finch? Because a lot of people, and as I said, I did see on the board just recently, somebody said it's the schemes, it's what we're running. It's not, and it kind of what Mike was going into there a little bit. Is it the players or is it the game plan?
You can have the fastest car on the track, but if the driver doesn't know how to drive it properly, you're not going to win the race. The Steelers' defensive players on paper are amazing, right? I mean, these guys are all highly paid. They've all earned their contracts at one point or another. They all have the ability to make tackles and sacks and to cover everybody and make picks and everything, but the scheme isn't working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the players not being able to get it together themselves on the field. They don't look confused all the time. It's just like, it's that feeling we used to get when Belichick used to pick our defenses apart. And It's like, man, it's like he knows what we're going to do.
Right.
That's kind of how it feels like with the Steelers defense right now, because there's always a guy open and the quarterback always hits him. And it's when you watch the film, it's not our guys getting confused, running the wrong way. It's just that our guys are in their positions where they need to be, but they're out of position for the play that's being run. And that to me is a schematic issue.
All right. I mean, it's a fair question, guys. Let's get back to the board. Let's see what everybody's saying. I want to see what everybody here in Steeler Nation has to say about these things. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start right here. Okay, so Richard says it's a must-win for both of us. Cody says Ravens have a better chance of beating us as a crappy team than they do as the best team in the NFL. Hey, ain't that the truth, guys? If they were the best team, we could probably beat them. If they're not having a good season or not having a good time, we probably lose to them.
Isn't that though typical of the Steelers-Ravens rivalry in the matchups?
Sure is. Tyrone says defense is Bengals play, Jets, Bears, we play Packers, Colts, Chargers. Jamal says, I do want to beat the Packers, though. I think we beat the Packers, guys. There's a lot of things that indicate that this could be a very winnable game for us. Vegas says, this 56 straight games, Tomlin's team hasn't scored more than 7 points in the first quarter, which we talked about yesterday, and that's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I have a hard time to think we never even scored more than 7. But you're right. I've seen this multiple times.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But, yeah, hey, we did have a 10-0 lead against the Bengals in the second quarter. Should have won that game.
We should have won that game. Vegas says yes, and no way to take a side, Derpy. You gave us a definite maybe. Tyrone says we got this. I agree with you, Tyrone. I think we're winning this football game. Corey says I'm not counting any one of our rivals out. I don't trust us enough to count them out completely. I agree. We're not good enough to do that yet. I'm not saying we're bad. I just don't think that we're good enough to be able to count people out because we still have a lot of things on our plate. And again, guys, we do control our own destiny. So we are put ourselves in a good position by winning those games early this year. As I said, Mike, it's going to matter more down the road than it does when you're beating a bad team early. It matters more down the road once things start coming together. Cody Silva says this. He says, yeah, but the Bears quarterback is painted nails and is a homo, plus Rodgers owns the Bears. Yeah, I think we're going to beat the Bears. I do. But again, that's still over a month away. RB says Tomlin 100% refuses to admit he was wrong in any manner, which leads to not making adjustments, playing better talent, changing philosophy. Anything that hints he was wrong just won't happen. Cody says Jamal's favorite player is Pat Fry. And I do know this. I do know this from being a fan of Jamal's show. He just loves Pat Fryermuth. As a matter of fact, we're going to ship him a Pat Fryermuth jersey for Christmas this year because I know that he loves him so much. RB says,
we'll have to get the Two Dumb Yinzers logo patch or something to put right on the shoulder. It'd be awesome.
Right. That I agree. I couldn't agree more.
Got to do it. I'm down.
Got to do it. RB says players in the media might like Mike, and that's all and well. There is zero agreement from me on that. But you can't argue in return. He's an absolute football dunce. When it comes to games, he's clueless. RB saying zero argument. Okay, we got that. Tyrone says Tomlin has his good and his bads like most coaches. Jamal says Mike T for life. Mark Malone says doesn't matter how much we spend on D if Tomlin is the coach. Cody says if we get up 10-0, the offense needs to figure out a way to stay on the field longer, not give the ball to the other team. And you know what? Having a nice 3 and out every once in a while wouldn't be bad on defense. I kept thinking, how the hell are we going to get off the field? How can we get off the field against the Bengals? It just wasn't happening.
Exactly. Yeah, if the defense can't force 4 and outs, I guess the offense has to go on 8-minute scoring drives every game now.
Yeah. RB says it's not the defensive line or linebackers. It's 100% the scheme. You can't run a 2-3 defensive line and expect to stop the run with not a real nose tackle in the game. 3-man fronts needs 350 pound monsters at all times. Jamal's working on a youth trade as we speak. Vegas, let's see. Vegas says Finch needs a gopher to get him some coffee. Derpy?
I do have a gopher, but she's working upstairs right now. She's in a meeting.
Tyrone says I agree with that. Tomlin's scheme is weak. So predictable. Predictable is a very good word for Tomlin's just everything anymore.
And that's nothing new. That's been a thing that I think that a lot of Steelers fans have thought for a very long time, and that's been a big reason why we keep finishing seasons that mid-tier team. We keep losing in the playoffs. It's because maybe Tomlin is a little predictable. Maybe his staff is a little predictable.
Maybe. Well, here's the thing. Here in Pittsburgh, people were, you don't like him for this. Oh, but you know what? When the New England Patriots came out and said for 20 years they did the same exact thing against us to beat us, and we never changed, I think that was a big tell, actually, because, again, 2 decades worth of just getting dominated by the same team. I think to be able to take what they say, you could take in value because, again, where was he wrong? Where is Julie Edmonds wrong? Where is all these guys wrong that said that about these Steeler teams? I can't figure it out for the life of me.
It's a case where the NFL is changing around us, and we, and what I mean is the Steelers, top brass, aren't adapting yet and haven't adapted. What worked in 2008, 2009, 2010 doesn't work in 2023, 24, 25.
Yep. Cody says if your defense is going to suck, you better have offensive weapons to keep up with the other team. Maybe is that the case? Maybe we go out and get another wide receiver. Should we go out and get a wide receiver to maybe be able to score more points than the other team? Maybe we take that approach like all the other teams seem to be doing in the league. The Bills winning games 52-48. The Lions putting up a bunch of points. There's the teams that are doing well. They score a lot of points. Maybe that's the key. If you score enough points, eventually you'll just have more than the other team and you win football games. Is that?
Thank you, John Madden.
That's what we did with the Killer B era. Ben Bell and AB had to carry the team because the defense would consistently shit the bed with them. And the onus was on the offense. The defenses were not that good. They were average at best during that era. So why not this, plucky little offense is going to have to carry the defense until they figure it out. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as his offense can keep scoring 30 points a game, finding ways to do it, that's going to be fine and dandy. But the defense needs to figure it out.
Let me go to Vegas. Vegas says I like the Vikings D line from years ago when they had two 330-pound guys clogging up the middle by themselves. Minnesota's always did it right as far as defensive line goes. A lot of other things they never really did well, but defensive line, Minnesota with the John Randalls and the Jared Allens, just these players over time, they've always had good defensive linemen.
Well, if the Steelers, if we want to do that, then TJ Watt just becomes a strict D end the way Myles Garrett is. Same thing with Alex Highsmith. Then Nick Herbig's going to be your typical 4-3 outside backer, and that's going to limit his effectiveness in the game, the way he can blitz and disrupt up front. So it'll be a total philosophical change, and you're going to see some of these guys that make big plays for us will be out of position and not playing the position they need to play.
Maybe that'll go to our advantage.
Okay, cool. We'll have Nick Herbig out there just in playing coverage.
Hey, you know what? If it works, because what we're doing now doesn't work. Obviously, we're letting up a lot of points to teams again with situations with problems. The Jets put 30 against us. The Seahawks. I mean, come on, this is not a great team. They're good. They're about as good as we are. Seattle and again the Bengals, who has some of the worst statistics across the board, guys. But let's get back to the board here. So we don't want to miss anybody. I do want to say I see Phil the Steel in there. I do want to say what's up to Phil. RB said this was 100% a game to bring 5 to 6 men in, play tight zone, and make them deep ball you out of it. Problem is they wouldn't have the time for a deep ball. Corey says, wait, wasn't there a stat that we don't lose when we're up 10 or more points on a team? He effed that up big time with lack of scheme.
That's in the second half.
Well, we were still up. Yeah, okay. Phil says, what's up, Watt haters? What's up, brother? Jamal says, that's crazy. No more than 7 points in the first quarter is crazy. Dude, it's unthinkable. These are like not real things. I mean, come on. Anybody across the league has gone less than 56 games without with score. That's just crazy. It's come on. Phil Steele says, I'm telling y'all, bank at Steelers 3 cheeseheads 2. I tell you what, if it's 3-2, Phil, I'm sending you Derpy, and he's going to do Derpy things for you for a weekend. I don't know what yet, but if the score is if the Steelers win 3-2 on Sunday night, Derpy, you're on your way to Texas. I'm just saying. Corey says, Tomlin is the poster child for it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But his lack of scheme lets teams hang around too long. I wonder if his approach is intentional. Field of Steel says Derps and Finchers. Boom! That's right, baby.
Boom!
Boom! Corey says with him being on the competition committee and all, he doesn't want to blow teams out or some shit. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Want to hear a fun fact?
Sure.
3-2 has only happened twice in the NFL, and the last time it happened was when the Chicago Cardinals, with a score of 3, beat the Milwaukee Badgers at a score of 2 game. On October 24th, 1926. That
was a barn burner.
It has happened. So
that was before what the forward pass was invented.
In the 20s, the forward pass was a thing, but they weren't good at it. They weren't very good at it.
Let's see. I'm going to go right here to Field of Steel. He says, talking trash. He says, loser for the week. CBS polls. We're going to get that in about another 15 minutes, get the results on this week's CBS poll. Richard says, I want my money back from TJ and Cam. Cam, he squeezed it out of us till the very last minute.
Is he going to hit those incentives, though, for this year? That's the thing. He might not.
Maybe the Rooney should pull a nutting, and a couple days for the end of the season, when you know he's got a chance, just get rid of his ass.
That'd be great.
Get him gone.
I'd be all for it. Mark Malone says we really should consider trading all of our high-paid D players and spend some on the offense. Tomlin's D will suck no matter what, so we have to score a shit ton.
Mike Tomlin has run some pretty high-powered offenses in the past, so I don't hate the idea.
Okay.
Oh, Derpy left. All right, yeah.
He'll probably bounce back in and out.
He was too busy checking his grinder account.
I know he was.
Meeting, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think he said grinder.
I heard a knock on the door, so it must have been somebody coming over. Yeah.
Well, he's lucky he bounced out because I was getting ready to have him share what he was looking at with the rest of the
It
class.
was very intent.
Definitely grinder.
Tyrone says defense will get in gear. Trust. We finna bounce back. And here's the thing: I expect the defense to look better this week. I do.
Yeah, they will.
They'll look like they made the proper adjustments, and then in 3 weeks from now, I'm sure we'll get burned again. We see it a lot. We've seen it so far this year. The defense went from bad to good to looking damn good against the Browns to dropping off to a team that literally has nothing going for them except for one receiver. A couple guys, 3 out of 53, we'll say, did beat us in a team that's just not that good of a football team, guys. But we can complain about trades and things like this and everything else. But what I want to do, guys, is this. I just have some numbers that I want to say before we do move on the board. Finch, Mike, Green Bay is 0-6 against the Steelers in Pittsburgh in their last 6 games played in Pittsburgh. Their last win in the Berg was, you guessed it, 1970. Wow. The last time the Packers won in Pittsburgh, 1970. That's before the Steeler dynasties even began. So as of right now, Green Bay is 0-6 against the Steelers in Pittsburgh in their last 6 games played at Pittsburgh. Their last win was 1970. Mike Tomlin, get this, guys, is 3-0 versus Green Bay all time at home against the Packers. So we have numbers, and again, how these things all play into the fact of the matter is they just do. I don't know why, I don't know how, but again, guys, those numbers tell me that you know what, this Green Bay team, they just don't play good when they come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I remember watching Favre get beat here, Aaron Rodgers in a shootout with Big Ben here. So yeah, it's
classic game.
That was a damn good game. I always get that one confused with the Super Bowl when I stumble upon highlights.
Too bad we couldn't play that well in Dallas.
Exactly. But no, I think it's going to be a bounce back game. Like you said, the numbers are in their favor. What, 7-2, 6-2 after a Thursday night loss. Yeah, I think this Cincinnati game was a blip in the radar. Just a little blip, bump in the road. One of those division losses that you see throughout the league of like, how did they lose to them? Oh, divisional opponent on the road. These things happen. It's how you respond. And so far, this team this year, when they stumbled, they've come out and played better the next week. So I don't see why that's going to change yet.
Well, here's the thing. Another thing, guys, the Steelers are down. I looked at just two different rankings, Mike. They were similar, so I just copied this information down.
Yeah.
The Steelers down to the 13th spot in ESPN's power rankings for this week, where they were at 12. I'm sorry, yes, they were at 12, and then they are also down to number 13 in the power poll by The Athletic. So by these two particular sources, they have the Steelers both down to 13 overall in the league, which is not a bad place to be, Mike, but they went from 12 and 11 to 13. So not a big drop after that game. Again, a lot of people lost faith in the defense after what they see. We just couldn't get off the field against this team. But again, in the big picture, nationally, ESPN only has us dropped us to 13. I don't hate that. Again, as you're saying, Mike, that could have been a blip in the along the way. If things get better on Sunday night, we could forget about Cincinnati pretty fast and get ready to move forward.
Exactly, yeah. And it's hard because, we haven't seen what's going to pass. So right now, I choose to believe this was just a slight little hiccup because we saw the way they were playing before this game, and then this game right here happened. I'm like, the offense is looking good. Hopefully the defense will catch back up. My biggest fear is the defense catches up and the offense is going to take a step back.
Cody says, yeah.
It just always seems to happen that way.
Cody says they look different against the Vikings, different against the Browns, and then the same old shit against the Bengals. That's that whole consistency thing we talk about. Because here's the thing, Mike, if you look good, let's say we look good in the last 8 games of the season. We go, I don't know, let's just say 6-2 for the sake of conversation.
Yeah.
And then we go into the playoffs and you do the same thing that just happened to us last Thursday. Just because, you know what I mean? You could fix it. You could work on it. But again, this has been the Steelers, with the Patriots, for example, through those 2 decades. We played very good football. We won a lot of football games. We won a lot of regular season football games, and we even won quite a few playoff games along the way. But when it came down to playing the Patriots in this particular, the Achilles heel of this team, if you will, it always became exposed when we played New England. So, Mike, my question is, can this team could they fix this? Can they stay consistent enough to give us some kind of ride when things start to matter in January when they're playing football games? Or do you think that this team, again, there's a lot of indicators that this team is pretty good.
Yeah.
Is this team good enough to be consistently good on defense to win important games down the road?
I do not know. To be honest with you, I do not know because you don't know which version of that front seven is going to show up in and out.
That's my problem.
Every game right there. Because if you're not going to get pressure, not going to stop the run, your secondary is fucked. I don't care.
You can consistently good at being inconsistent.
Yeah, you can. I'm sorry, you can have in their primes Rod Woodson, Mel Blount, Troy Polamalu, Deion Sanders, and Sean Taylor back there. And if you're not getting pressure up front, someone's getting open.
Tyrone says, I got faith in this defense. And you know what? I always I respect what Tyrone has to say. So you know what? For that reason, I'm going to have faith in this defense as well. Vegas says, Ben, Bell, Brown, Bryant, Boz, no defense. I wish I got a couple guys whose name began with B back then on the defensive side of the ball. And then Tyrone said, of course, again, don't forget Wheaton. I loved Wheaton. There was a couple of wide receivers that I liked during that time.
Marcus Wheaton, man. I had higher hoops.
Who was the other guy? Bryant.
Martavius Bryant.
I like him.
Oh, yeah. He was
if he could, if Lead was Weagle, him and Josh Gordon would be up there for some records.
I'm sure
they'd be killing it in Denver. Let's just saying.
Yeah, they would. But no, like Martavius Bryant was one of the best receivers I've seen for Pittsburgh, and
very talented.
Very talented.
Mark Malone says, having the highest paid D in the league perform like this, there is certainly something wrong with this. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Schematic.
Phil says, watch versus the Cheeseheads, Rodgers and Steelers offense. Shit the game. It's still Watt and defense's fault.
It's always Watt's fault, Phil.
Marcus Wheaton. I do think it was Marcus. Yes,
Marcus Wheaton, number 11. out of Oregon State.
I liked Wheaton and Bryant. Those two, Wheaton and Bryant, were two of my favorites. Tyrone saying 28-24 Steelers. Guys, take a look at this. This is the remaining opponents' win-loss records for everybody in our division. We're talking about Baltimore probably can't climb back into this. Cincinnati making a little headway, and even the Browns with their win over Miami gaining a little headway this weekend after our loss. This is what the records around our division look like, guys. We do, in fact, have the most difficult of the four. Cincinnati has the weakest. Their remaining opponents' records are 27-45. That's the Bengals. The Browns, or I'm sorry, that's the Browns. The Bengals is 31-22. Baltimore, the remaining opponents for the Ravens are 33, 38-1. And then for the Steelers, guys, slightly difficult, more difficult than everybody else. The remaining records of our opponents the rest of the way out is 34, 36-1. So again, I'm looking down the schedule. I'm seeing some good football teams, but 34, 36-1, the remaining record of our remaining schedule, that doesn't sound too scary. Again, yes, we do got Detroit. Again, yes, we do got Buffalo. Again, we do have the Chargers. We got good teams. There's no two ways about it. We have damn near all of our division. We still have 70% of our division games left. So by no means I'm saying things are going to be easier, Mike and Finch, but I am saying as far as the division goes, 34, 36-1 is the record of our remaining opponents. Yes, there's Dolphins in there. Yes, there's a couple other things, but that shouldn't be scary, guys.
No, it's not scary. Like, there's the Lions kind of scare me just because Amon-Ra St. Brown and can tear us up on defense.
I didn't watch the game last night. How did the Lions look? Did anybody see the Lions?
From what I saw, just from highlights, obviously, because I didn't step and watch the game, they look pretty good. But that's like the one that really scares me. Buffalo's not looking like Buffalo of the past couple of years. It's like Josh Allen and James Cook. And if you stop James Cook, it's Josh Allen thrown to no one. And he's not looking that great in some of those games, and their defense is terrible. But the Lions is the one that scares me the most. I think that one, you can just mark that one down as a loss.
Me personally, Mike, and you've been saying this about Buffalo, but until we play them, and I know until I see that we're capable of beating this team, or even staying on the same field as this team, I can't change my opinion, because again, they're just a team that knows how to beat us. Again, we thought we were going to stand a chance in the playoffs a couple seasons ago. They just did what teams do to us in the playoffs. So again, it's not going to be easy, but again, guys, the records aren't overwhelming here. 34, 36-1 is the remaining records of the teams that we do still have playing. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things, Mike, that did happen over the past about the things that happened last game, as far as maybe some numbers inside the game goes. Roman Wilson did play a career high 33 snaps against Cincinnati. Is that a good sign? Do you guys think that we're going to start to see more Roman Wilson? And why are we looking at wide receiver 2 if we are kind of working Roman Wilson in? The guy hasn't dropped the ball yet. The guy only does good when he's in there. Again, his snap count's going up. Should we still be sitting around thinking maybe we're going to get a wide receiver 2 at this point?
I do. Just, we're seeing
he deserves a shot. He
Yeah.
deserves a shot. The poor guy's just been injured, off and on for the last 2 seasons. So it's give the guy a chance. And if he keeps catching balls, even if he's only catching 3 or 4 a game, as long as he's not dropping balls and he's making positive yardage, like, he can become that guy. He might have the ability. You got to give him a shot.
I agree. Right. I want to see more, and I've been saying that for some time. And here we are, halfway through the season.
Yeah, you were really into him last year, and then he got hurt, and like you were legitimately bummed out. Like,
I just don't know why things take so long with this team. It seems like everybody comes in, they get hurt right off the butt, and then it's two seasons later we finally get to see the guy. I can't go through the amount of names that's happened to over the past 4 years with us. Calvin Austin's, Corey Trice's, Roman Wilson. The list literally goes on.
I think that's an overarching issue with the NFL in general. John Gruden was on Barstool a while back complaining about lack of practice. And a lot of the times when it's because of this whole deal with the NFLPA, they have all these padless practices now. They're not allowed to practice in full gear at full speed most of the time. I think that contributes to a lot of injuries right now. I think guys are not hardening themselves. They're not training properly to put up with the kind of things that they do on the field during games, these superhuman plays that these guys make. So when they're not practicing. Their body isn't quite in shape where it needs to be, not used to making these movements, and then they try
you're
something
right.
silly.
There's a
They're
lot of
getting
stop
hurt
start movements that you just can't prepare for in a game situation. You're
without tons of practice. You know what I
You're
mean?
right.
And I think a lot of that comes back to what is going on between the NFL and the NFLPA within the last few years with their collective bargaining.
Yeah, and that kind of echoes true to a story like Ryan Clark was talking about years ago about when AB got his big money contract, flapping his gums to Dick LeBeau, and the whole defense was like, oh, okay, that's what's going to be. Ryan Clark said he saw Troy buckling all of his chin straps, had that look in the eye, and that practice turned into. They said it was like a game. Like they were out to kill the offense. And you don't have those types of practices anymore in the NFL.
You could see the teams that do. And those teams usually have really good defenses. The Baltimore Ravens, those great defenses of the Ravens, I hardly doubt those guys went in and pissed around during practice and took days off. And I just, again, the practice reflects on the field, and it's players, it's team, it's the whole way down the road, Mike. But it is 1 hour into the show, which means it is halftime, which means it is time to look at the results from this week's CBS Pick'ems. That's right, guys.
Where's Derpy? Is he coming?
He knew the results were coming up and bailed.
So, guys, this is what it looked like for the week. This is how the week played out, and then I'm going to get into the results of the overall. Congratulations! I do want to say, is it any surprise at all that RB was at the top of the list? He has been consistently picking very, very well this season. I do want to say, good on you so far. He has 13 correct in this week. Also, Vegas tied. So at the very top, Vegas and RB, 13 games correct out of 15. Not too bad. Corey coming in second place all by himself with 12 correct games picked on a CBS Pick'em. After that, Finch, we have 4 of us that are tied in third place overall with 11 wins. Richard, myself, you, and Cody. So 4 people at 11 wins out of 15. Both New York teams effed me. The Steelers effed me in that big comeback by the Denver against the Giants. Or I'm sorry, that's one of the New York games.
Mm-hmm.
But so the 2 New York teams effed me. Steelers effed me. I can't think of who the other one was, but I got effed by both of those New York teams. Oh, Carolina. I'm never not taking Carolina ever again the rest of as long as I live. They effed me every week. So those 4 games screwed me, getting 11 of the 15. And this is what the results overall look like. The standings at the moment, guys. RB sitting at the very tippy top with 77 points as we speak. Vegas has 75. In second place, Corey has 60.
Nope.
What am I looking at? Oh, here we are. RB at 77. Vegas at 75. Richard at 71. Finch, you are sitting in 4th place by yourself with 70. I'm in 5th place by myself with 68. Corey and Cody, 67. Mike got 66. Derpy, 65. Field of Steel, 57. Jamal, 22. That is how things look overall at the moment, guys. So, again, don't forget, before Thursday night's game kicks off, make sure you get over to the CBS Pick'em. Mike, we'll put the link up in the terrible board. Get on and sign up if you haven't had a chance yet. It's a lot of fun. Just get on, sign up. Takes 30 seconds. It costs nothing. And you can place your picks every week, see how you do. So far, so good. RB is really very, again, calculated, I think, in the way he picks his picks because he's been very successful. So good for him. We're moving forward again, Mike. You and Derpy are neck and neck. So you have to figure out a way to get out of that company.
Hey, I'm still, as long as I'm 1 ahead of him, I will take it.
All right. Let's get to the back on the board. RB says a real issue is once Mike gets a lead, he takes the pedal off the floor and wants to coast. He absolutely refuses to step on the necks when he can get any lead. It's time to start to coast. And it makes you wonder because he's never done that. You're right. It's not like we're just in a downtime. We've just never been the type of team to step on anybody's necks. Get enough points that you need. Step up on defense, run the ball, bleed the clock, and win the football game. If it works, and he's winning a lot of football games, but the ones that matter, the ones that haven't been working out that well, we have to figure out how to win those ones. But you're right. I would like to see a little bit more of a killer instinct just on the Steelers in general. Big John Stud, middle name Mud. He says Tomlin can't put a balanced team on the field. Now the offense is effective and the defense is ass. Why does it always do? We said that yesterday, Mike. Where's the yin and the yang? We're either yinging or we're yanging.
Exactly.
We never have both yin and yang.
No, it's just weird.
It's bizarre. Phil says, Ryan, you know what I mean by 3-2. It's just another game. Absolutely, man. Tyrone says, I know we finally got offered. Tyrone, I'm expecting big things this week. Vegas says, could it look worse? Let me ask you this. Here's one for you. Our defenses, our rush defenses have allowed 117 plus yards in 4 of our 6 games this year.
Yeah.
Rushing, we've allowed 117 plus in 4 of the 6. So again, guys, I don't think the problems are. Again, should we be shopping around with 2 weeks left? A wide receiver too. The numbers are overwhelmingly saying that we should improve this defense. So do what you want.
We have wide receivers. We have wide receivers. I mean, once again, Roman Wilson. Who knows? He might be the guy.
We have guys we're not even using, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we have the 2.5 unexciting whites.
That's right.
And
just stick around at the end of the show, because today I am starting my draft of the all white team. Rashard Mendenhall, he called us out, and he said it should be a black team versus a white team. This has no racism at all to it, but I'm just saying, guys, today at the end of the show, Mike, I'm starting my draft. I'm going to give you my first 5 picks on my all white Caucasian team. There it is, guys. There it is. I have the logo. Here it is, guys. We are the creating and building the Caucasians. The Redskins did not want to continue with that logo, so I figured, you know what, we're going to continue with it on and take this tradition forward. And today, at the end of the show, Mike, I'm going to give you my first picks throughout the week, and by the end of the week, you will have my whole white team. We'll see if they can stand up to anybody. I don't know if they even can, but today I will give you my first 5 draft picks from my all-white NFL team to go up against Rashard Mendenhall's team. So we'll see how that plays out.
I got to go back and compare to the roster we had 2 years ago when this came out, because I guarantee you it's improved so much from
well,
then.
I have some stipulations, so we're going to just bear with me, Mike. There are some rules to it and things like that. So just stick around. The end of the show, you will see. You will see the building of the all-white team. As boring as that sounds, it's going to be fun, I think. And again, it's not racist at all, guys. We're just having fun. Here we go. Tyrone says, I'm expecting big things next week. I am too. Mark Malone says, Haley ran the only high-powered offense we've seen. That's true, Mike. That Todd Haley offense was a lot of fun.
And everyone hated that Todd Haley offense. They wanted the big downfield plays of Bruce Arians.
They hated Todd Haley. That's the issue.
Yeah. The big bend getting the ball out of his hands so quick.
He does have a punchable face.
He does have a punchable face. But I thought that was a good offense. But a lot of people did not like that offense. I liked it. Quick strike offense, man.
Let's see what else we got here. Vegas says, damn, I was -3 in 1970. Yeah,
I was -13.
I was -8. Hey, what's up, Cordman Tommy? Always great seeing you, brother. He says, yeah, you're good, Finch. See Finch in 5 minutes. Cordman Tommy says, damn, 1970. I was starting first grade. Corey says, there's some geometria. 0-6 in Pittsburgh reverses 60. Aaron Rodgers is close to 60 this year. There must be something.
Oh, my God, Corey.
Cordman Tommy says, so the last time Green Bay won in Pittsburgh, the #1 song was Bridge Over Troubled Water. Wow.
Ooh.
You know what? I got to be honest with you. I like this information. Cordman Tommy's killing it on the board today. He's fighting hard for the game ball. I got to be honest with you. With that information, come on. Corey says, for the sake of our sanity and staying level-headed, let's say no. Our defense isn't good enough. Low expectations yield no disappointments, and high reward when successful. Mark Malone says there's a difference between not being able to stop Brady and not being able to stop the 2025 Bengals. But you know what? It's traditionally against that style of play. And what we've seen was no different than Tom Brady hitting not Julian Edelman. Yeah, Julian Edelman. Time after time on a slant where we knew it was coming and we just couldn't stop it. In that sense is kind of where I'm making the comparison. Because if you think a little bit back even further, Mark, think of the John Kitna offenses. And I can remember John Kitna putting up 500 yards against us, 508 yards against the Steelers. It's just
Dude, it was, those games, right? That's really where it started, was against those Bengals. They would go 4 or 5 wide, And the 3-4 defense that we ran, the zone blitz, could not stop them. They would just pick us apart. And that's when you started to see more teams that time do that against the Steelers. And it took us for however to adapt.
So it seems like when these teams find that one thing to do, and they turn into a video game. They just do it over and over and over, as I would against somebody I'm playing against in my video game. They just do it, and we can't stop it against John Kitna. I'm pretty sure he went over 500 yards in one of those games passing against us. It's just that we've never been able to figure that out. And that goes back and, because those Kitna years were in the Cowher years. So that's not just a Tomlin thing. This goes back. It's traditionally Steelers. Once we get burnt on something like that and the team keeps doing it, Mike, we have no answers. And we never, a lot of times, have not ever been able to figure that out.
Exactly. Yeah. And I remember those games. Those games killed me. And still, like with the Steelers defense, and this also goes back to Cowher, is not letting anyone beat you over the top. And that's what a lot of people would say. We know what Pittsburgh's going to do. It's like, yeah, they're going to give you some underneath stuff, but they're not going to give you anything over the top. It's just, can you get the ball out quick enough, and can you be patient enough to do it? And, they've confused some good quarterbacks, but they've also been beaten by those same good quarterbacks that know, like, just be patient. Something underneath is going to open it. A guy's going to eventually make a play. And that goes into a stat I was reading before the show. We're 31st in giving up in yardage, but teams have produced the fewest amount of 20-plus yard plays against us in the passing game. So that just shows we're giving up a lot of underneath garbage and hoping, we can make the quick tackle or we can get the quarterback quick. Maybe I don't know, drop safety down into the box somewhere for underneath coverage. Go a little single high instead of few high. Try something different right there.
Let's pick up where Phil says, what the fuck? Wait, did Ryan say playoff games? With Cowher, we got to AFC. You're right. We got to AFC championship games a lot of times under Teflon Don at Finch. How many AFC championship games? Teflon Don hasn't taken Steelers to AFC championship games since when? Mark Malone says we're going to have to do we're going to have to consistently score 30. And it shouldn't be that way, guys. I don't know. I just, come on. The defense is pissing me off. Of course, again, I expect it to be a lot better this week. One other question I do have, guys, on the board as well. Last 2 weeks ago, Broderick Jones held Myles Garrett to donuts, all zeros the whole way across the board. Last week, Broderick Jones, Aaron Rodgers wasn't exactly getting hit. I mean, yeah, he had a rollout sometime. He figured out a way of not getting sacked, and that's that rollout thing. And I like it because he's not relying completely on the offensive line. Guys, Micah Parsons. Mike, especially for you and especially on the board, guys, Micah Parsons, what kind of game do you see this week? Do you think we see a little bit more of successful Broderick Jones, or do you think that Micah Parsons is going to break it open and then it has a big game? Again, Myles Garrett did nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to employ a similar game plan to what they did to neutralize Myles Garrett. Quick passes, get the ball out quick. Kind of have the line shift to where Sayomalo can be the guy to where he can get that quick swat over on him and chip back over to his guy. Where he did a handful of plays against Myles Garrett. I'd keep a running back onto that side because I'm not to the point where I want to keep Bro Joe one-on-one against all these guys. Yeah, certain times you're going to have to, but scheme things to where when he is one-on-one, the ball is getting out quick, whether it be to a short pass across the middle, like a little slant or something, or just dumping it off to the running back and let those guys make a play. Because Micah's like, TJ, he's like Myles Garrett. He can turn the game into blow the game up and turn it around for the Packers. He had his best game for them last week. Now, is that a sign for him that he's starting to get hot and ready to roll in this new defense? Or is this, he was bound to have one of those games. I don't let him get free.
Mike,
the Steelers like to leave their tackles on an island one-on-one a lot.
I gotta be honest with you. I expect him to have a big game this weekend. Whatever that means, I don't know. But Micah Parsons he's just too good to not. So again, I think we get we get handled a little bit there in that department. But again, Mike, I think this is overall an even kind of game. There's nothing about the Green Bay. The matchups don't scare me, or they do scare me. Again, yes, there are some things that Jordan Love can do with the pass game that could be something that could hurt us. And then, there's some things that we could do to hurt the Green Bay Packers. I think this is a good game, Mike. I think that history continues. I don't think that they beat us in Pittsburgh this weekend. I do think that the Pittsburgh Steelers win this game, gets back on track, Mike. And again, sitting at 5-2 is par for the course, because last year, you got to remember, we started 4-2 and Russell Wilson found a way to get that team to 10-3. Yeah. So again, I think that the Steelers will continue to find ways to win games against these teams, and it'll probably be the games that you wouldn't expect that we're probably going to lose to. Again, the Cincinnati game was one of those games. Again, earlier on, Seattle was a team that we probably should have beat. And we're going to have to take a look, see how we are against the Buffaloes and Detroits, Mike. But I think we win this week ultimately. I think we go to 5-2, and I think we get ready for that Indianapolis showdown with the number one seed in the AFC, Indianapolis Colts, the following week in Pittsburgh. I think that is going to be a tell on what kind of season this turns out to be for the Steelers overall. Mike, we're not playing three shitty teams in a row. We're playing three good teams. So let's see how we react from the Cincinnati loss. That's going to give us that's going to determine to me on what kind of season I think this will ultimately be down the road.
Yeah, I agree. And like just looking at like scoring averages, like the past. So for the year, Green Bay, they're scoring 26.3 a game. We're scoring 25.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you go to the defense.
Well matched.
The defense, Green Bay's giving up 20.8. We're giving up 23.3. And then you look like the average in the last three, we're only giving up an average of 21. They're giving up an average of 27. And then like I think their offense is scoring like 30 points the last couple games. We're scoring 26 the last three. So very similar teams going at it.
Absolutely. Mike, I think in Green Bay, this game is a little bit more difficult, but I think at home, this game is totally winnable. The crowd, everybody's going to be chomping at the bit. We went to Cincinnati and took a loss to the Pussycats. We're coming home now. We're hungry. The fans just took an L. People are going to be ready. They're going to be excited. They're going to be drunk, and I'm well prepared for this team to beat Green Bay on Sunday night. I think it's going to happen. I think we'll be having Victory Monday, this Monday morning coming up, talking a lot about this game, guys. Let's get back on the board. I do want to say welcome back, Finch. Let's move on to Corey. Corey says this bold take. We're beating Green Bay and Detroit, but we're losing to Chicago. We always struggle against them, and we trade off wins. It's one for one exchange with Chicago as of late. You're not wrong. I think we beat them last time. The time before that, we lost to them.
Yep.
And again, Chicago's just one of those weird oddball teams where things like that happen to us, Finch.
And they're on their way up right now. They've been playing solid football lately. So, and that's a few weeks away. Anything can happen. But hey, they're a good team.
Guys, real quick before we do move on, am I the only person in the world, speaking of NFC teams, am I the only person in the world that don't give two shits about what George Pickens is doing in Dallas? Yes. You know what? And that's the thing. You get on social media throughout the weekend, a lot of Steeler people, and again, I'm holding nothing against you, but I'm seeing a lot of people saying, wow, George Pickens is doing this. Wow, George. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only guy that don't give two shits about what George Pickens is doing. Like I didn't care what Emmanuel Sanders did. What I didn't care when Antonio Brown did. Like I didn't care the whole way down the road. He's gone. He's not a Steeler. But again,
I always think of Mike Vrabel. You know what I mean? Because Mike Vrabel was here and he was like kind of mediocre in his early part of his career. He goes to New England, does all that winning, becomes a coach, and he's kind of a loved guy. Right. And it's like, you know what? And George Pickens, I feel the same way. Good for him.
All right.
Good for him. That's good for the guy, man.
Happy
to see he's happy.
Been that way.
I'm actually happy. As much as I hate Dallas, I hate the Cowboys, I'm happy that Dak is actually playing well, and George is a part of that. You know, good for them. They still suck. I hate the Cowboys.
All right.
Tyrone once someone leaves my team, I do not care about
That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I hear
I don't want to see him get hurt or anything like that. You know what I mean?
As a matter of fact, I want to see it go to shit. Right? Why wouldn't we?
You've always been a vengeful fuck. You know that?
That's right. Tyrone says, I'm just ready to see the defense again for real. And you know what, Tyrone? I am too. It's a long 11 days since the loss that we did take to Cincinnati. If it was a different kind of loss, maybe the 11 days wouldn't be dragging so long. But here we are, guys, about 6 days away from the Sunday night matchup against Green Bay down on the North Shore. Again, guys, we were 3.5-point home dogs in this game. 8:20 start Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a good one, guys. The rematch. I'm sorry, the revenge game. Aaron Rodgers going against his former team, the Green Bay Packers. A lot of storylines in this. If you're not in it just for the football, there's a lot to get into with this game that does cap off the Sunday football action. Let's get back to Cody. Cody on the board says, well, they're all soft. And I'm sorry. Let me start over. He says, or they're all soft, and the old timers didn't give a fuck if they were injured, they would play. I mean, Ben played with a broken nose. That time his foot was jacked up and he went back out. Hey, there's just some guys, they're monsters. These are the guys I like to watch, and I acknowledge that everybody's not like that, and I get it.
Well, also, once again, this comes back to what I mentioned earlier. The NFLPA, the Players Association, man, they really have cracked down on guys playing hurt.
Yes, you're right.
I mean, let's be honest, that's how it is.
Tyrone says Tomlin says Calvin has a good chance. And yes, we do have we're on top of that. I think it's over now, but we were on top of the Tomlin press conference. I don't think Mike's seen anything of note. He was
nothing really. No,
he was keeping us posted on that. Cody says people aren't doing that anymore. Talking about his referring to his last comment. RB says that practice didn't turn into a game. It turned into Ike Taylor beating the shit out of AB, and AB's helmet cut Ike's lip, and AB tried to claim he won. Everyone else said he got his ass kicked. Said Ike kicked his ass. Phil still says Cower 7 AFC championship games, Tomlin 2. I'm sorry, Jamal. Jamal says, dope. I'm ready to see CA3 play again with another receiver. I'm ready for him to we're getting healthy, and that's a good thing too, especially going into these next 4 games. Again, the Packers, the Colts, the Chargers on the road, and then the Bengals. Coming into these 4 healthy, I think, is a big thing. Jamal loser. There goes the link, everybody. If you want to get on that and sign up on the CBS Pick'ems, it says, like I said, 30 seconds it takes and costs nothing. Sign up and get your picks in. Jamal says I was rushing going against the grain. Let's see, that's okay. Talking about the all white team. We will get to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. He says Jamal says it doesn't sound boring at all. Tyrone says I'm getting ready for this game. I'm so ready for Green Bay right now, just to get back at it. After that loss, it left a bad taste in your mouth. And again,
there's some teams it's fun to watch the Steelers play against. You always look up to those games. The Ravens you always look up to because of the rivalry. And the Packers are one of those teams. I always get up to the Steelers playing the Packers. I'm always excited about it.
Anytime you have like a Packers, a Cowboys, any team that has
the Raiders, I get that feeling, and that's an old rivalry, but I always feel good, watching them play the Raiders. It feels like this is football, and the Packers.
I'm saying I hate Thursdays because you have to wait a few days and then all week. Yep. Jamal says, we have to wait to talk. We have to wait all the way to the night game. Shaking my head. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I would rather have a 1 o'clock game, but I guess for what it is, though, right? The Packers, kind of a high profile game. I guess I don't hate this. I do. I hate night games. I want it over and done. Well, that's only because you work that shift. if you worked a normal shift, you would not.
I'm off.
Exactly.
I'm off Monday, so that's fine. But still, I just want the game over.
I get it. I got you. Jamal says, we have. Okay, I'm sorry on that one. Tyrone Parsons going to get against Troy Gary Jones. Going against Troy Jerry Jones. Tyrone says D-line has to contain love and pressure. Cordman told me if we can win 2 out of the next 3, I'll do jumping jacks. I would say back flips, but that's not going to happen. I'm right there with you, brother.
So someone is living in their fears over there, it sounds like.
We're sending Derpy to Texas if it happens. Oh, no, that was if we have that 3-2 final score. That's why Derpy's going to Texas.
Can we just send Derpy to Texas?
We can. We
can.
can.
I'm okay with that.
Tyrone says, I don't care. Glad to see he's doing good, but if they don't make the playoffs, that'd be 3. That third be nice. Jabal says, George Pickens, a dog. I'm just glad that he's gets to show his case. Absolutely. And the thing is, I want him to have a good career, but again, he's no longer with us. So I don't know. He's not really that. It doesn't. I don't care. Right.
No. Once you're gone, you're gone.
It's like a job. You have a friend and you might get along really well. You might have even, but when one person leaves, you lose something. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't see that person every day. George Pickens it's history. Corey says, I forgot Pickens existed. Cody said Pat Fryermuth is better than George Pickens. Oh, here we go.
Oh, shit.
Shots fired. Cody at Jamal. Get ready. Take cover.
I love it.
I see these 2 guys going at it on the board over on Jamal's show, and I crack up sometime with these 2. Tyrone says I'm off Sunday, so I got to wait all day. Yeah, see, I don't like the waiting all day.
I usually work Sunday morning, so the 1 o'clock slot I miss half the game. So I kind of like that.
I'm probably, let's be honest here, I'm going to be like 3 sheets to the wind come kickoff. So I'm probably not even going to make it to the second quarter.
Yeah.
Fair. That's a you problem, though.
Mike has very bizarre game day habits. He really does. He really does. He disappears.
I hate watching it with other people.
You know how when you go to the bar sometime, that one guy always just disappears. He goes outside. You don't know where he's at. That's Mike.
Because I hear people start talking. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Ryan. I'm trying to fucking watch the game.
Hey, you know that I say less than anybody during a Steeler game. Matter of fact, I pace.
You fucking pace. You pace. They score a touchdown. I'll come over to give a high five, and he's just.
Yeah.
We drop a pass. Motherfuckers.
Okay.
I enjoy talking during a game. I like having 1 or 2 people with me who like talking about football. Like that's why I like watching with my dad. Like we'll just talk back and forth about the game during the game. Oh, what's he doing? Why did he do this? That was a good play. I enjoy that, which is why I like watching games with guys like you guys.
Yeah.
You know, because you guys are kind of that way too. And I get a little emotional and just it makes it fun. And that's why I like watching like live streams of people watching games of their teams, because sometimes it's very entertaining stuff and being in that situation is fun. So I like watching games alone, but I prefer with a friend or two who know what they're talking about.
I used to throw remote controls and very expensive Xbox controllers at the wall. So I try not to get emotionally invested in the games anymore when I watch them.
You have a very bizarre behavior.
I do. So I extract myself from the situation, go to my room, turn the lights off, and I turn my phone on, and I watch the game on the phone with no volume.
Yes, you do that. Because I yell at you. I said, hey, this happened. You're like, I know. And I'm like,
motherfucker, I watch the goddamn game.
I'm like, you don't have a TV down there. What are you talking about? You know, but he does. He has it all figured out. He has very bizarre, peculiar ways that he does take Steeler games. But guys, let me ask you this here. Let me jump to this next point here that I have. Patrick Queen, we're going to talk about the Steelers defense a little bit. Steelers defense got pretty complacent after not making being able to stop the Bengals early, guys. They just kind of assumed, to me, in my opinion, that we could just slap a Band-Aid on. Let's slap Jalen Ramsey on Jamar Chase, and this is going to fix it. What could have been done different? Let me ask you this. Hey, Christopher, what's up, brother?
What's up, Christopher?
Let me ask you, what could have been done Thursday night for that game not to turn out the same way that it did? And I'm not talking about Pat Freiermuth stopping short or scoring. I'm talking about stopping that offense. Not even that offense, stopping those 3 guys. What could have been done, Finch, that could have changed the outcome of that game? Because, again, we're sitting here watching, pretty good paid coaches and coordinators putting plans together, putting players out there, putting schemes together, and obviously nothing was working. They just continued to pass to the same guy over and over and over. What could have been done by the Steelers defense, both of you guys, let me start with you, Finch, to had that game end differently?
I'll tell you one little more general thing the defense could have done was not take bad penalties. We gave up a lot of yards and some first downs. Jalen Ramsey had a couple against him. Number 24, the name escapes me. He had, I think, 2 pass interference PIs called against him. The Steelers struggled in that department, and that alone led to some scores.
Do you guys think do you think this was all a product of the Bengals running better than we expected them to?
They definitely ran.
We thought it was going to be one-dimensional. The fact that they were able to get over 100 yards, the fact that they were able to continue to put up positive runs all day long, did that play a role?
Absolutely.
And how bad we played the pass game?
Absolutely, it did. Because then they have amazing wide receivers, and Joe Flacco knows how to spread the ball around. I mean, that's a big part of it too. We didn't know we were playing Joe Flacco up until this week, and that. Excuse me. It's just wild how it worked out. Now, if we stop the run, it probably does minimize the pass game a little bit more. It's hard to say what really would have happened, but I truly think that just giving up a bunch of yards on penalties was a real killer for us. And then just Jamar Chase, for some reason, that dude's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand how he got so open all the time.
He literally never gave those numbers up to anybody. Nobody's ever had that number of catches against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. You see what I'm saying? It was otherworldly. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like when we would show man go zone, he had an answer for it. We would show zone go man, he would find it. We would Stacey would start deep and then come in and immediately start running towards Chase and Higgins to double team him, he knew where his one-on-one matchup was and would find it. So they were doing a lot of different things back in the secondary. It's just Flacco just in his pre-snap reads identified like my safe guy in any situation. That's where I'm going to go to. So they were trying to disguise stuff and change stuff. But again, it was the front, not being able to get pressure, not being able to stop the run to where they weren't able to start teeing off on them. I think, like RB said, they should have blitzed more, and they should have. Yeah, would have had one less guy in coverage, but you never know that extra second of pressure in Flacco could have caused some confusion on his end and the receiver's end. I think we were just playing it a bit too safe. Like, hey, we're going to keep a lot of guys back, trust our front four to eventually make a play. And I think that was the biggest tactical errors. I think we should have blitzed more, get Herbig in there in other situations to blitz more. But that all came back, like they said in the press conference today, not being able to stop the run limited what we wanted to do pass rush wise because we couldn't just tee off on the quarterback and, we couldn't trust our front to stop the run with our pass rush personnel out there.
So anybody that we play moving forward, if they would just do what it is that teams do to us, get that quick pass off, the way that we're able to win games with Aaron Rodgers, getting the ball out real fast. You don't have an opportunity to blitz. You don't have an opportunity to do many things in that situation. So in theory, what you're saying is a lot of teams are going to be able to do this against us, providing they could get the ball to their receivers like that.
Yeah. You look what Kansas City's doing. A lot of people nationally are criticizing Mahomes because, like, oh, look, his numbers are down, this, that, and the other. What they're starting to win games, quick passes, getting the ball in and out of the hand because they don't have a real good running attack. So they're just going to use short to intermediate passes as their run game. He's getting the ball out quick, moving the ball downfield, and next thing you know, they're starting to rattle off wins. And that's what we were doing on offense. So, like, these quarterbacks, that if you have a good quarterback that can do that, you can move the ball down the field. Now you see teams where they want to do a lot of deep drops, kind of get in trouble that way if you don't have a good line. And if you have a bad line, it's just quick passes, man, because they hit. Defenses are going to adjust for it, but you're not seeing them around the league dominating these quick passing offenses for some odd reason this year. That seems to be a blueprint that a lot of teams are using. Because why? A lot of teams are still playing too high safety, and you're leaving the middle of the field open, leaving those short areas open, and offenses are exploiting that shit because defenses still want to play too high instead of single high safety because they don't want to get beat over the top.
And we get that. Let's jump back on the board. Let's go back to Jamal. Jamal says, freaking Cody, I'm not going to let you get my blood pressure up today with the Pat Fryermuth talk.
Jamal, I'm right there with you. Ryan does the same thing Cody does. He always tries to get my blood pressure spiked.
I do not. He's crazy.
Yes,
and sometimes it really works.
Me bleed out of my nose and stroke out on air.
Vegas has more Europe games, so they start at 6:30 a.m. and are done by 10 a.m. You know what? I was just telling a buddy last night. He said to me, he says, isn't it crazy that the game tonight's going to go out till after 1 o'clock, speaking of the Monday Night Football game? And I was like, no, what's crazy is people got to get up before 6:30 on Sunday mornings to watch their favorite team if they live on the West Coast. Say you love the Steelers and you wanted to get up to watch them play the Vikings earlier this year. You got to be up prior to 6:30. We thought it was rough here getting up prior to 9:30. I just think, come on, prior to 6:30, that's crazy. Games will run late. But games starting that early, it's wild to me. Corey Beaver says this, pay attention to the narratives this year because every narrative has been on point. Our Thursday night record followed us. The undefeated streak against Green Bay is going to hold up. I agree. I think that it is going to hold up, Corey, as well. Jamal says to Finch, you got to jump on the watch party sometime. I know Finch works a lot, so I know that it can be difficult, but Jamal is saying, Finch, you have to stop over at the Talking Trash with the Steelers show that Jamal does. He says you got to jump over there for the watch party. You have to.
I popped in last week when he was doing it, and
Okay.
I just popped in for a minute and watched a couple of minutes while I was busy doing something else. But yeah, that'd be fun, man. Maybe the Sunday night show, maybe I could jump in for a little bit.
All right.
We'll see. I'll let you know.
Dude, man, like, first time I pop on over, they're talking about Derpy's titties.
Hey, you got to be honest, everybody was talking about Derpy's titties for a while, so
It'll be in the Post-Gazette next week.
it will be in the Post-Gazette. Corey says Indy can't beat us at home either, and we can't beat them at Lucas Oil. That seemed to be the case, Corey, so far. I agree. The year has stayed true to the narratives. Vrabel can't beat us, and he lost, so it's everywhere. Let's hope you're right. Maybe later in the week we'll take a look at the narratives, and we'll see as we go down the schedule what that looks like for the Steelers. That could be interesting. Again, I do want to say good afternoon to Christopher. Always great seeing you on the terrible board, my friend. This name here, particular on the next comment, I like. This is Stranger 4420. Welcome to the show and welcome to the terrible board. Stranger 4420 says Chase cooked Ramsey. He sure did, man. He sure did. He sure did.
Yeah.
Cody's saying the answer is play press man coverage. Follows that off by saying quit playing your cornerbacks 10 yards off the receiver. And then he says, hey, these idiots are playing 10 yards off again. Let me run the slant. You know what I mean? Brady was not a dumb guy, and apparently neither is Joe Flacco, because if you could continue to run a video game type offense where you continue to run the same play, the one that works over and over and over, like a lot of people do on video games, yeah.
That type of defense, I swear I've seen here for like 20 years now.
Yeah.
With Coward, Tomlin, LeBeau, and everyone who's followed them, they line up so far off these guys sometimes when it's like, no, just jam them at the line once in a while.
Well, we never have top quality corners. If you think about it, this is the best group of corners we've had in a long time. I mean, they are aged, yes, but Mike, I mean, generally we don't have top corners, which kind of makes that difficult. You get teams that have, they draft corners, and they develop corners. They could do these things. We kind of take the bare minimum and run with it. Like an Ike Taylor, the guy had no hands. The guy had nubs on the end of his arms.
I swear the best corner we had at jamming might have been Deshae Townsend,
and he was
5'9".
Yeah,
but no, like Ike Taylor, where he beat Brian McFadden, tall physical corners lined up 10 yards off on it when it was like 3rd and 8. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys?
Tyrone says presser 7 yards back max. Christopher says Keanu Benton is why they ran the ball on us. You know what? It didn't help. He certainly didn't. He didn't do anything to stop it. I could be honest with you on that one. And again, if we're tried to figure out what the problem is, again, you have an overpaid, overaged defensive tackle. You have Benton who's doing nothing, and a rookie. And this was supposed to save the day as far as fixing the run stop. I haven't seen it yet. Cordman Tommy says, after seeing the All-22, we played more press than I thought we did, but almost always against receivers that were off the line so they could use their picks right from the start. I didn't get a chance to watch. Mike usually does catch up on the All-22 and keeps me posted, but I have not seen yet.
I didn't watch the All-22 of this one. I was too depressed to watch it. Normally, I do watch it win, lose, or draw. This one, I couldn't. So I've just been gathering like some of the clips that have shown up online. I've watched them and breakdowns, but this one I didn't. I couldn't bring myself to go and do it.
Cody says CBS needs to play inward and have the cornerbacks need to play inward and have the safeties cover over the top. Christopher says watch the All-22. He was getting blown off the ball. I believe it. Believe me, I believe it. Nose tackle could be a good draft, a high draft pick for us this year, guys. What do you think? Nose tackle.
If that nose tackle is a Vita Vea clone from down in Tampa Bay, yes. Yes.
Tampa's got a nice thing going on that.
Because that dude is still a beast, but even in his prime, he was a 3-down D lineman.
And also, Mike,
Casey Hampton type D tackle.
And also, there's a guy from Pitt putting up some good numbers in Tampa Bay. Savaka Dennis. He led the team in tackles last night on an already strong front 7 for Tampa. I'd like to see Clancy get back after his injury. They got a good front 7 down there. Corey says get rid of Terrell Austin first of all. Terrible DC, but they shouldn't provide much more safety help. They had too much faith in Ramsey and JPJ. They needed to have more over the top help. Corey follows it up by saying when TJ wasn't getting home, they shouldn't have started dropping him into coverage and bring a different rush look, send Queen and drop TJ in the zone to cover the tight end as a spy. Christopher says Ukulele and YA Black at nose tackle will shut down the run. I don't understand. You're right. Ukulele Mike seems like he does well every time he's in there.
Yeah, every time he's in there, and I think they're like Benton he's too hit or miss. Like I still think he's a good rotational player, not a starter. and there's nothing wrong with that. He's a good guy
You're
to come in.
We have to recognize that as a team.
Yeah, but I don't. I think they still have hopes for him, and they don't want to give up on him. I respect that, but you gotta. If he's played a good game, keep him out there going. But don't be afraid to pull him out for a little bit. Put Ukulele in, put Wyatt Black in, maybe slide Cam over and slide Benton to the outside a little. Try something new.
Cody says, I drank a beer at 7:45 a.m. and by 10 a.m. I was shotgunning beers. Then by 4 I was passed out. It was a good day.
My man.
Tyrone says, Game Blitz at Izzy 6. Steelers, we do watch parties. Yes, you do, man. Great stuff over at Game Blitz with Izzy 6 for sure as well. Finch, stop by and check them guys out as well over there. Cody says, Tyrone Porter Jr. can't catch a football. He has nubs. He's like Taylor 2.0. Mike, if you tried to build a Nike Taylor 2.0, you wouldn't do anything different than put Joey Porter Jr. in front of the person.
Yeah.
The number, the build, the nubs. Come on, that's the same guy.
Yeah, and yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He was not an interception guy in college or in high school.
And to be fair, you did tell us that. You did say that he was not an interception guy, and we didn't know. Jamal says JPJ is overrated. Not a big Penn State fan. I'm noticing these players from Penn State, Jamal. I don't know if there's any correlation, but it is an observation.
It's a shitty university that does not.
You're stuck with them. There's no way that you're not allowed to trade. I've come to the conclusion that you're not allowed to enter the portal because how can you go to the portal after having a team lose a couple games? This has been your team your whole life. There's no portal on this show. It's only college football, and unfortunately, we're not college football players. Mike, you are a Penn State fan.
I still have a couple years of eligibility left.
You have no eligibility. Believe me. If you followed Penn State through the Sandusky years, you have no eligibility left. You were stuck with that team. It's like going to hell. You're just not getting out ever.
I've entered the portal. I'm a Kent State Golden Flash fanatic.
I bet you that'll go just as well.
At least the expectations are already
made. Hold on, we're trying to hear what the new. Come on, man. We got new messages here. Stronger 424. The Bengals follow the old wisdom with Chase. Keep doing it until they figure out a way to stop it. You're right. And Pittsburgh never did. And John Kitna did the same thing. And Tom Brady did the same thing. And Joe Flacco did the same thing. Cordman Tommy says this, starting to look like JPJ may just be an average cornerback. I hope I'm wrong, though. Cody says Penn State GOAT. There you go. Mike, little Penn State support.
Nope. You're on the list, Cody.
You just made the list.
Tyrone says JPJ is not overrated. Never giving up a touchdown in his career. I'd say he does. He clamps down, man. He stops receivers, and then also it's helping the fact that these other guys came along this year that are able to help with the better receivers. So that just helps Joey Porter Jr. even more, I think.
He's still a bit too handsy, but not as handsy as. More handsy.
For a guy that has no hands, he's awfully handsy.
I know, like he's a physical corner, but we'll watch corners and wide receivers hand fight more than Porter does, and Porter gets the flag. Does he have obvious ones? Yeah, but there's other ones like we've seen that one not flagged. Now he's been labeled by the officials as that guy. You got to keep an eye on him. So now he has that label, and he's not going to get any of those calls that should be left like, oh, the guys are just hand fighting, or oh, that's just football. So he's constantly going to be targeted for that.
Mike Cody says Jamar Chase has more tackles this year than JPJ has career interceptions.
Yeah. He can't catch.
I know he has nubs. I know
he's nubs.
Tyrone says Cody, he's not a pick guy. He straps. And Jamal watch football with pins and all in your eyes. Cody says Mike needs to put pins in his eyes when Penn State plays. Last one, I'm already on the list. Yes, you are. Mike apparently already has you on the list.
Number one,
guys. This is what our opponents look like. Our division foes look like this weekend. The Bengals, they host the Jets. This would be the game that I could see the Jets winning. The team that just beat us.
I can't.
The Jets, the Bengals beat us in a fashion that we couldn't stop them to save our lives. The Jets can't get a win to save their lives. This is just the way the NFL is playing out this year. I think the Jets beat the Bengals, guys. That's just my opinion. Whether that changes by the time I do my picks, I don't know. The other couple games, Mike, the Browns at New England. Cleveland going up to Foxborough. Is there a chance? I like New England in this game because I don't want the Browns to win, Mike. The Browns just put a whooping on Miami. Yes, New England's better than Miami, but again, at the end of the day, the Browns beat Green Bay. The Browns could find ways to win with a good defense, Mike. The way the Steelers were able to find ways to win with their good defense all those years. Mike, Browns and Patriots. What do you think of this game?
Patriots are going to win, but I think the Browns defense will keep them in it, but then eventually they're going to hit a wall, and Drake May and that offense is going to score some.
Cody's saying no way with Typhoid Mary, though. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, though. Tyrod Taylor, he's saying there's no way that they could win that.
None whatsoever. Unless they hand the ball off to Rashad Moore Stevenson 50 times a game and he fumbles 45 times and loses 30 of them. That's the only way the Jets are going to win.
Guys, let me ask you, the last one here is the Ravens coming back off their bye week. Of course, Lamar's still not practicing until this point. I mean, that could change today. From the information that I had this morning, he still had not practiced of yesterday. Guys, the last division game of the week, this is also a 1 o'clock Sunday game. Bears at Ravens. Finch, who do you like in this one?
Bears.
All right. And I think that you do like that. I don't think that you like that because the Ravens are obviously the team of conversation here. I think that from things that you said in the past, you do think that the Bears
are on the up and the Ravens are on the down. And if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, it's hard to pick the Ravens, man.
All right. Mike, the Ravens hosting the Bears. It's in Baltimore. Keep that in mind. How do you think this one plays out?
I think Chicago wins. You know, like, you got two pretty bad defenses there. Baltimore's literally the worst, giving up 32 points a game. Chicago's not that better at 26, but I think Chicago's offense is much better than Baltimore. So I can see Chicago going in there and putting up some points on them. Yeah, Chicago's a top 10 offense, scoring-wise.
Yep. You know? Let me ask you this, guys. Do you think that there's a chance that all three of our teams in our division could lose this week? Of course, we had that 3 weeks in a row. Whether we do against Green Bay, is there any chance that the Ravens could lose to the Bears? Is there any chance that the Bengals could lose to the Jets, and any chance the Browns could lose to the Patriots? Do you see this happening, Finch, or is that kind of not happening this week?
The Jets, you said they're playing?
Jets at yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening this week.
Right.
Dude, the Jets might be the first 0-17 team. They are bad. The Steelers, the only game they played where they didn't look like complete trash.
That was their revenge game against
That was the
Aaron
opening game.
Yeah.
Like, they did look like a pretty scrappy team up there. Like, they might.
I was high on the Jets after that Steelers game. I really was. I was like, wow, you know what?
Too.
The Jets might do something this year. Well, I was wrong. I was way off.
Like, that team is epic. It's a race between Aaron Glenn and Mike McDaniel who's going to get fired first.
Shocking that Mike McDaniel hasn't been fired yet.
I would have fired him at the end of the game as soon as he walked off the field this week. Like, no, you're done.
I would have fired him the first time he walked on the field with those capri pants on.
And the thing is, I mean, people are acting like they should be upset about the Dolphins. This is just a bad organization. The Dolphins have not done anything in this league since the 1970s, if you think about it. They've literally done nothing in this century. They've done nothing through the
They've had a lot of great players too, man. A lot of great players coming through.
The 70s was the last time that this team was actually relevant. I think they made a Super Bowl in the early 80s, but really the last time that the Dolphins were relevant. So again, year after year, I can't get over these people saying, why aren't they doing nothing? They're the Dolphins. They literally have about as much success as the Bengals in that same period of time.
They have the same amount of success as the Bengals and the Lions.
Exactly.
Like Finch said, great. Some all-time greats have gone through there, but they haven't done anything since the 70s.
Absolutely. Let's see. Let's catch up on some messages, Mike, and then we are going to get into starting the round third base here. We do got some things we're going to get into. We have the all-white team that we are getting ready to announce my draft on the all-white team. Also, guys, we got the trivia question of the day. So let's catch up on some messages here as we do move on. We're going to go right here to Cody. Cody says they need to put Zach Wilson, the GOAT Zach Wilson, in. Like, Zach Wilson, where's he been?
Where the fuck is Zach Wilson?
Didn't he go to Denver or something for a while?
At one point, he's somewhere. Is he down in Miami? I don't think he's in Miami. Because they have what's his name down there.
I don't know, but I'm going to continue.
He is at Miami.
Okay. Cody says the Bears.
Stop
Corey,
Bears.
Corey says, I'm not betting on New York anymore. I had too much faith in Fields, and that organization has proved they can't do anything with any talent. Wasted 2 years of Rodgers' career. They're wasting Fields now. I couldn't agree more ultimately. And those New York teams been screwing me week in, week out on my CBS picks, so I'm done with them teams. I'm done with them. Corey says, we prove Fields has talent, oddly enough, but he chose to leave, so I can't feel bad for him, too. He has the same record as Aaron Donald did, or I'm sorry, as Aaron Rodgers did at this point, guys, 4-2 after 6 games here in Pittsburgh last year. Then he gets yanked for Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers also sitting at 4-2 after 6 games. Stronger 424 says it's not likely, but the Jets could win. The Bengals, they might have to forfeit. Cody says I would have fired him the first time he spoke. Cody would have had his ass out the door. Dysfunctional Dolphins. I couldn't agree more. They're an ass franchise. They are ass. As Tyrone's saying, Dolphins are ass. They ass.
Like, you know, they wanted Brian Flores to choke. Brian Flores had held Tua accountable, and they're like, no, we can't have that here.
Right.
And then Tyrone says Tua is terrible. Tua is tourable.
He's gone downhill ever since he started throwing up gang signs. He did too.
I know, on his back, halfway out unconscious, still managing to throw up gang signs. I synced it. Listen, guys, some good news, though. Miles Killebrew is in good spirits. He shares a surgery photo after his severe knee injury surgery that did go down. I do want to say all thoughts and prayers to Mr. Killebrew. It doesn't look like we're going to see him for the rest of the year. But get better, my man. He'll be back. The super special teams player on our team. Always great having Miles on this and the kick on the coverage teams. I'm sorry. Yeah. So get better, my man. He is looking good. Mike, a couple things here real quick. We're going to swing around. We're going to hit the trivia after the fact. So let me just throw these two things out there. The Pittsburgh Penguins back in action tonight as they are back home, Mike, after winning 2 of 3 in California, coming back home to host the Vancouver Canucks tonight at 7:00. So check out the Pens tonight, 7:00 home game. Mike, why don't you tell everybody about the website?
The2dumbyinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. We got the merch store. We got Vanilla Thunder's Dumb Thoughts and all of our social media links.
Cody says, West Side. Listen, guys, I do agree. Go check it out, everybody. The 2 Dumb Yinzers, www.the2dumbyinzers.com. That's www.the2dumbyinzers.com. A lot of cool things over there. Go check it out. Let's get into the trivia question, Mike, and then we're going to circle back around and get the all-white team started as we are starting the draft for the all-white team today. This is, guys, the question of the day. Last week we were talking about the 3 big names, the big 3. We're going to do the same thing today with the Green Bay Packers. Guys, I am looking for the big 3, talking about the leading passer, rusher, and receiver all time on the Green Bay Packers in franchise history. I'll give you a hint, guys. It's nobody. It's no Curly Lambeau. It's no Bart Starr. It's nobody from before all of our era. These are names that everybody on the board should recognize. Everybody on the panel should recognize. Guys, question of the day. Give me Green Bay's all-time big 3. I'm talking about leading quarterback, leading running back, and leading wide receiver in team history. Again, you don't have to go back as far as the franchise goes. They are all relatively modern names. Take a minute to think that over, guys. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. every day right here on the Tube. The Tube. Let me grab Christophus real quick here. Christophus says Jalen Ramsey will get his first pick 6 against the Packers. If our defense scores, we win. You know what? We're due. We're due for a nice pick 6.
It's been a while since we've had some big splash plays.
We've had, you're right. Things have been getting called back. We're due for something big here. And I hope to see it this weekend. And I couldn't agree, Christopher. I think if the defense scores, we win this football game. Tyrone is saying A-Rod, Lacey, and Nelson. Jordy Nelson, Aaron Rodgers, and I'm having a hard time thinking Eddie Lacy. Phyllis Steele is saying Brett Favre, Jones, and Sharp. Vegas is saying Favre, Green, and Sharp. Sterling Sharp, of course, the gentleman on the board are talking about, a Hall of Famer. Finch, I'm going to start with you. Who do you think? And again, if you don't know, you don't know. But give me just a guess. Who do you think is the big 3 all time for Green Bay? Their best by numbers: quarterback, running back, and wide receiver.
I am not. I'm confident that Aaron Rodgers is their top quarterback. I think he has most of Favre's records now.
Okay.
I think. Eddie Lacy, I'm not confident in, but he was the first guy that popped into my head. And then with the receivers, man, it's tough because I'm looking on the board, and my first thought was actually Donald Driver. He didn't really. He's pretty good, but I don't know if he was quite. I'm going to stick with the Donald Driver. So I'm going to go with A-Rod. I'm going to go with Eddie Lacy. I'm going to go with Donald Driver.
All right. So A-Rod, Eddie Lacy, Donald Driver. Finch, is that your final answer?
Yes, that will be my final answer.
All right, Finch, I'm locking you in. You were locked in on Favre, Lacy, and Driver. Mike, over to you. A lot of different possibilities.
Yeah.
There's even people maybe that we haven't even seen or heard their names just yet. Mike, Finch goes with Favre, Lacy, and Driver.
I said A-Rod, dude.
I'm sorry, A-Rod.
Yeah, I said Rodgers.
Lacy and
Donald
Driver. What do you say, Mike?
Definitely going A-Rod.
Okay.
Running back, I had no idea. I could not think of a single running back, so I'm going to go with Eddie Lacy because
he was the first person that popped in my head. The only person that popped in my head, yeah.
Receiver, first one that popped in my head was Sterling Sharp. But I'm like, he injury cut his career short. And I was like, oh, Jordy Nelson. Then I forgot about Donald Driver. I'm going to go Favre, Lacy, and let's go with let's go Sharp.
Favre, Lacy.
No, Rodgers,
Sharp. Lacy. And Sharp.
Rodgers, Lacy, Sharp. He just wants everyone to have Brett Favre.
All right, guys.
I did say Favre. Yeah, my bad. I apologize.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. A-Rod, Lacy, Sharp.
All right, I'm locking you in. Guys, I do want to say this. Let's look at a few of the different options on the board. Vegas says Favre, Green, Sharp. Cordman Tommy said Sharp should be in there somewhere. RB says A-Rod, Bennett, and Driver. Corey is saying Rodgers, don't know any running backs, but I know Lacy didn't do shit. And Donald
you're probably
Driver.
right. Probably
and
right.
then Field of Steel says Google, Googler vanilla. It's usually the case.
I didn't know to Google what goddamn.
All right. Stop yelling at everybody.
Everything was right here.
Guys, this is
You're on the list, Steele.
Question of the day. How well do you know your enemies? How well do you know your opponents, guys? I'm looking for the big three. I'm talking about the all-time leaders for Green Bay at quarterback, at running back, and wide receiver. And I'm going to be honest with you, nobody got it correct so far. Guys, so here are the answers for the big three leaders in the Green Bay Packer history. It's not Curly Lambeau. It's not Bart Starr. It's nobody from that time. These are relatively modern players, and it goes like this, guys. The Green Bay Packers big three all time. Brett Favre. He does have more yards than Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
Ahmad Green, the running back.
Yeah, I should have known that.
Donald Driver.
Yes.
So
that's right, because
I kept trying to give Mike Favre, but he wouldn't take it. He just started.
Rodgers didn't pass Favre until this year.
Till yeah, and I wasn't 100% sure about that either.
Green Bay. Fuck.
Yeah.
I tried to give you Favre, Mike, but you kept making fun of me. I tried to sneak.
I know. That's why. Like I was like, man, he wants everyone to take Favre.
I tried.
I should have changed.
Cody's saying Bill Cosby.
Who was the running back?
Ahmad Green.
Ahmad Green.
Ooh, forgot about him.
So that was a tough one, especially again if you're not a Packer fan trying to put these names together.
Where's Jen when you need her?
Where's Jen when you need her?
Yeah, really.
She would have known. She's a Packers fan.
Against her will, she would have known. Absolutely.
Don't tell her I said that.
I'm clipping that.
That's fucked up.
All right, guys. So it's time. It is time. We are about to announce the Caucasians team. That's right. The all-white football team. A couple years back, Rashard Mendenhall, he challenged. He said, we should do an all-black team versus an all-white team. See how that plays out. I'm pretty sure we know how that would all play out, but we're going to do it anyway, guys. We're going to create our first all-white team right here, Mike. This is draft time. I'm going to give you 5 names today, and we have to do it a certain way because there's obviously not a lot of white cornerbacks. I mean, yes, there are more now, and a few other positions. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to take this 25 years. We could take white guys in the NFL from 2000 to 2025 to build the team just because, and I would do the same thing if the black guys were trying to find a punter as well, and kickers. So let's be fair here. Let's go with guys in this 25 years, not ever, not forever.
Okay, we're not doing an active roster.
We're not doing an active roster because we can't. We don't have enough white guys to do it.
That's true, man.
Especially wide receivers and corners and things like this. So
I think we do. I think we could.
We'll be good on QBs and kickers, though.
Well, I'm going to do it this way, so just bear with me. This is going to be my 5 picks, and you guys can give your choices as well on the board, guys. But I'm going to give you my this is the draft for the all-white team, guys. I'm starting out with number 1, and Cody, you nail it right on the head. Christian McCaffrey is my running back, hands down. What white tailback has been as good as Christian McCaffrey for the past 25 years? Absolutely nada. Christian McCaffrey is my running back. We are low on corners, and that's the matter of fact. The corners is the only reason why I did it the way that we're doing it. Because again, Jason Sehorn might be the only other white cornerback I could think of besides Cooper DeJean. It was
Riley Moss over in Denver.
Yeah, never heard of her. So let's continue on here.
It's not my fault.
Everybody knows about Riley Moss, believe me. Cody says I don't know any white receivers, and that's what makes it difficult. So this is where I'm going to go. My quarterback, I'm going to.
We have 2 of them.
And I don't want any of them. Like, I'm trying to put together a good team. I could put together a terrible white team. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to put together the best white team I could do. So, number 1, my running back I'm picking is Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
My quarterback, I can't take anybody besides Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. Come on. So, my all-white team so far, Tom Brady at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey at running back. Wide receiver, I'm going to Vegas. You did it right here. Cooper Kupp did win the Triple Crown. So I am taking Cooper Kupp as one of my wide receivers. So I have quarterback 1, running back 1, wide receiver 1, Tom Brady, Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp. Also, Mike, I'm going to go with a tight end. I'm going to go with Travis Kelce.
Ooh, I would have went with Gronk, but okay. I like it. I like it. You can't go wrong with either.
You can't go wrong with either. Believe me, I like Gronk just as much as anybody else. So far, Brady, McCaffrey, Kelce, and Kupp. So now I'm going to pick somebody on defense, and then that'll be my 5 picks for the day. We'll do 5 every day this week to round it out at the end of the week. Mike, Jason Sehorn. I had to. I had to take Jason Sehorn. Again, as far as star quality white cornerbacks, they're just non-existent.
Yeah.
And again, the reason that I had to do it this way, Jason Sehorn. So right now, my 5 guys on my all-white Caucasian team to go up against Rashard Mendenhall is Tom Brady, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp, Jason Sehorn. Am I missing anybody, or did I make any wrong decisions at those 5 picks? Tomorrow, I'll continue on with more. Anybody on the board want to throw in? Where did I go wrong? If there's anybody to make the best possible team I can, Brady, McCaffrey, Kelce, Kupp, Sehorn are my top 5. Did I miss anybody, guys?
At quarterback, yes, Brady is the GOAT.
Our
O-line should be pretty good, although I am worried about tackles. So at tackles, I'm worried there. We might need a quarterback who has some more mobility. Maybe we go like a Steve Young. Maybe we go a Big Ben, someone who can be able to use his legs against this, athletic defense that's going to be coming at us. Because I'm worried about those 2 tackle positions out there. So that's just maybe a Big Ben, a Steve Young. Steve Young within the past 25 years, he might miss the cutoff. So
yeah, he missed the cut, I think.
Yeah, so maybe
like
Big Ben or another quarterback in that, maybe an Aaron Rodgers, because when he was young, he had that mobility. Those would be my 2 right there: Big Ben or Brady over Big Ben or Rodgers over Brady, just because of the mobility factor. But I respect. I think you've made the right choice. But if we were looking for something to nitpick, I think that would be right there.
All right, guys. So again, we'll get back at it tomorrow. Mike, I'm going to hit a fullback. I'm going to hit the other wide receiver. I'm going to hit somebody else on defense. I got some thoughts for the fullback position. I think that they might be obvious once I say them tomorrow, but we will save that, guys, as I did start building my team to take on Rashard Mendenhall. I swear I'm going to do it. We'll beat him. We will, guys. Let me get on the board here. I couldn't agree with you guys 100% more, and that's why I did want to throw it out at the beginning. This is not any kind of shot at anybody. This is all about fun, and I come from an era where you have fun with people, and everything didn't offend everybody, and that's what I'm doing. So just take it as if, and I do want to say that I do know that some of our black viewers are in favor of this as well, and I do we're having fun with this, guys. So let me get back to some of these messages before we do start to wrap things up for the day. Cooper Kupp. Let's see. As a Ram, Vegas is saying the Ram Cooper Kupp, not Cooper Kupp in Seattle. That's
he would have been my pick though. I would have.
All right. Vegas says Fred Biletnikoff, the college wide receiver award is named after him. So he had to be a pretty good. I mean, he was before the time, though. He doesn't make the time. The cutoff is 2000 to 2025. But yes, Fred Biletnikoff was one of the best. Christopher says, please, guys, don't entertain the race comments. We all bleed red and have to give account to our lives to our creator. All races are absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree with you 100%, Christopher. 100%. Cody says this. Cody says, oh, don't make this a race thing. We were having fun. Absolutely. It's not a problem, guys. Vegas says Mendenhall acting as if he would make the all black. He wouldn't.
He wouldn't.
That's the thing. Rashard Mendenhall has as much
close.
Listen, Rashard Mendenhall has as much he has as much business being on the all black team as I have being on the all white team. So just keep that in consideration. The only race that matters is the human race. I couldn't agree with you more stronger. I am a very, very strong believer in that, and we do support that on the show. Cody says Jamal and Tyrone knows us black guys stick together. Tyrone says, Cody, you used to it. These guys, like I said, you have to see them go at it.
Oh, they are hysterical.
They really are. And then finally, Vegas says, oh, my bad. And Jordy Nelson and Grom. Jordy Nelson was certainly considered. But will he be? Will he be the other guy, Mike? As I'm putting down the roster this week, I've been talking about it for some time, just getting around to it now. You know what? It's just the only reason I'm doing it is because I finally got my Caucasian shirt, and that's like literally the only reason that we're doing it right now.
Dude, we could run the Artie Smith offense. We have so many good tight ends. We just have our one receiver and 95 tight ends, Ryan. Artie Smith's been laying the blueprint for you to build your team right in front of your eyes all off season, and you refuse to buy in.
Vegas says this. He says Gronk and Kelsey as a two tight end tandem is nice, and I got to agree with you. I listen. It was hard to choose between those two guys, and I think just more Gronkowski's more of a physical freak. Cody says I'm blacker than Russell Wilson is. You know what? I'm blacker than Russell Wilson is. And also Tyrone says we definitely go at it. You guys do. You guys are awesome, and love having you here every day as well. So thank you so much. So let's start to wrap it up, guys. That is the 5 first draft picks on the all-white Caucasian team going up against the Rashard Mendenhall. I swear it's going to happen in the halftime of the Super Bowl this year. You're going to see it.
Can I draft the all-black team?
You can draft the all-black team, but you can't do it today.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do it
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you represent the all-black team.
Everyone loves Vanilla Thunder.
I know.
You do kind of look like Andy Reid.
Yeah, you do look very much like
Andy Reid. Look, and who loves Andy Reid?
It's the headset, bro.
Well, it's funny.
It's the goatee.
Well, I got to be honest with you guys, not to throw in a spoiler, but I am going to pick a head coach as well. I'm going to pick 11, 11, 2, and then a coach. So I'm going to give you 25 guys for my all-white team. It's going to be 11 offense, 11 defense, a punter, a kicker, and a head coach. So maybe, just maybe, Andy Reid might still be out there. But Mike, we'll work on that. Jamal's saying, let's get an all Puerto Rican team. Cody,
let's do an awesome.
Oh, you
that
guys.
Works better in baseball, guys.
I love these guys. Vegas says, does Mahomes play one half for each team?
Well, when this came out, I think it might have been Will Compton. He was asking about the eligibility of Patrick Mahomes and Puka Nacua. He's like, I need rules, Richard.
Yeah,
I need rules.
Yeah, Puka Nacua is out too, Mike. I mean, I was thinking of him as well. You know, he's not white. So Corey says, I think it's hilarious. It's no matter where you go. As soon as race conversation starts, a white is the first to stand up and say, whoa there, guy. I agree, man. Hey, and that's not us. We're having fun, and that's what we do here, guys. Aaron Hernandez. There you go, Cody. Aaron Hernandez would be a great pick.
Latino.
He was a
killer tight end.
But I think he's working on the Latino team, to be honest. Maybe we'll make a black team, a white team, a Latino team, and something else, and we'll do a tournament. Who knows? Who knows what the hell we'll do here on the show? But I do want to say thank you, everybody. Also, Jamal says, man, no lies. This is the best part of my day, bro. Same thing with you, my man. It's always great seeing and talking to you guys. A couple things before we do wrap things up for the day, though, Mike. If you haven't had a chance, swing by any of our social media, Mike. We are on Facebook. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and even TikTok. Swing by and hit the follow button. Keep up with what the Two Dumb Yinzers are doing on a day-to-day basis. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet below, hit the like, sub, share, and comment if you can. Every little thing helps us out, and we appreciate all of it. Thank you so much. And finally, guys, if you are getting ready for the big game this weekend, the Sunday night against the Green Bay Packers, and you want to get your buzz on, guys, do try. I encourage you to try Duquesne Pilsner, guys, right here in Pittsburgh. These gentlemen, they think of not enough of us every weekend to include us in their promotions that they do with the name of our show as well. So, guys, we do appreciate them greatly. Duquesne Pilsner made right here in the Berg. Some of the best beer in the land, says right on the can. Also says Finch on the can, says grab a Duke. So try it out, guys. If you're maybe just want to smoke and hang out during the game, maybe you could get drunk the rest of the week. Whatever you do, however you want to plan it out and play out your week, do try Duquesne Pilsner. Give them some love over on some of their social media. They'd love to hear from you. Finchy, anything before we do wrap it up for the day?
I was working through some sound clips that I caught a while back, and I just wanted to play one for you real quick. Is that cool?
Yeah, man.
You ready for this?
For sure.
Sugar plum. That's what the lot lizards call my balls after I droop them in Peruvian marching powder.
What the fuck? When
That's
did
where I
this
leave you.
happen? When did this happen?
Sometimes Mike and I are on together here on
I was
the
going to say, was that prior to the
platform
show?
before the show,
Yeah.
and then usually when you come on, we just bang right into the show.
Gotcha.
And usually there's a 5 to 10 minute period where we're waiting, and sometimes the conversations get out of hand. And I always have the software running, so I've got a few good ones. So we'll
All right, save them.
yeah, they're saved.
We'll roll them out. Cody says Mexican. He says Mexican. Cord Man Tommy says, what about the pygmy team? We need a pygmy team. You know what? That would only be
Russell
fair.
Wilson.
Russell Wilson would be on the
Person I thought
pygmy
of.
team. He's the number one draft pick.
Russell Wilson, Calvin Austin, third, Scotty Miller.
Yeah. Right. Tyrone, we appreciate you, bro. We love you too. We truly, honestly do. He says, just hope I never see Derpy with his shirt off again. He says, I'm new here. That, believe me, that would have been something to turn many people away. You are much more of a man than many are.
I would have turned tail and ran.
I got to give him credit for that.
Stay away from Derpy on Grinder.
Stay away from Derpy on Grinder. Yeah, Derpy on Grinder. Derpy might spot you and get back to everybody. Daniel said the Steelers are trash. Also, Vegas is almost have enough guys to have an all-time Polamalu-ish team, whatever that is. I'm not sure. But you know what? We are. The Polynesians guys would probably have the best team. It seems to be the hardest workers out there a lot of times whenever you do see the Palomalus and the Pukanakuas and all these kind of guys. So I think that could be a lot of fun too. We decided to do that. Cody says, Daniel Worm, he said, lick my butthole. Vegas says, that's
Minute of the day.
Answer that might have got in the game ball. I got to be honest with you. Lick my butthole might have got you the game ball. Vegas says that's Vanilla Thunder's answering machine message.
Cody, you're now on the good list. Checking out for the show and the team.
Let's see. Cody says Kyler Murray. Yeah, he's a midget.
Yes, I forgot.
Christopher says, I'm a fan of Black and Tan from the oldest brewery. Okay, that's awesome, man. Vegas says, my eyes just now got back in focus after that. And then Jamal says, we can do an all midget. I would love an all midget team. I love nothing more than all midgets.
Derpy has some locked up in his cellar.
Jamal says, Daniel Worm, don't get jumped by the gang, bro. True, man. Hey, guys. I do want to say thank you so much. You guys are always awesome. You really, truly are. We wouldn't do without you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody on the board. You guys are awesome. And always keep the show interesting. Everybody at home, again, whether you're got earbuds in, whether you're at the gym, your car, you're at work, maybe just watching on your TV. Thank you, too. I want to say thank you to everybody.
Yes.
You rock our world, baby. We try to do the same back for you. Derpy is about, I don't know how tall Derpy is. I think he's about 5'10".
He's 4'9" and a half.
He's somewhere between 4'9" and 5'10".
Only thing that I noticed today when he first popped on screen, the way he was sitting, we got a good look at the junk.
He looked like a snail without its shell.
Oh, what, with the shirt off?
You know how the snails have that little leg underneath?
When he was sitting there.
The way he was sitting there.
Yeah.
I missed that. But I just do want to say there was a picture that I have of him standing next to Brian that used to be on the show every once in a while, Mike, and he seems to be just a little smaller than Brian. I think Brian's about 6 foot. So I would guess Derpy's 5'10" if I had to guess. That would be my hypothesis if I had to form one. Thank you, Chris Fishu, as well. Tyrone says 4 foot left, 5 foot right. That's right, baby. Again, Mike, what about you? Anything before we wrap it up for the day, dude?
I got nothing. You all be killing me today. This was
All
great.
right, everybody. Great fun. Everybody was a blast today. Can't wait to get back at it tomorrow. We'll be back for our Hump Day installment tomorrow at our regular time. We hope to see everybody then. I do think that is everything. I had one quick question, but I don't know if anybody even wants to hear it. You guys want to hear a quick question?
Yeah, do it.
Does anybody now listen? I may be weird, but has anybody ever laid down in bed? And this has happened to me probably 25 times in my life, and it felt like there was somebody else on the bed in the sense that not laying next to you, but just to move the blankets or the mattress just enough to make it feel like there's something else on the bed. Has anybody ever had this in their life? Because I asked 3 people and all of them said no. For some reason, I've had this about 20, 25 times in my whole life. I mean, it's somewhat a reoccurrence. But you lay down in bed, say at the end of the day, or just whatever, and it's just something, there's a little bit of a movement on the bed. It's not you. You feel the mattress or the blanket or something move. And again, I say, you know what? There was coincidence the first 10 times it happened to me in my life. But it seems, again, I don't know, we might need Corey for this kind of question. But Mike Finch, has any of you know what I'm talking about or have had this happen to you?
No.
See, this is what I'm saying. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. So that's what makes me think I might be out of my mind.
To be fair, I very rarely sleep in a bed by myself. I'm almost always sleeping next to the
Christophus
wife,
has.
so I don't have this problem often, I guess.
I mean, just in life, as a kid, as a whenever. I mean, this has gone back my whole life. I can say I can remember this happening as a kid. I remember this happening as a teenager. I remember this happening in my 20s. I remember this happening in my 30s, and it just happened recently. It's just a slight movement. It doesn't happen. It's not an earthquake. It's not continuous.
I was going to say earthquake.
It's just a slight movement that you feel, wow, that really felt like somebody put their knee down.
Fan running or something? Possibly a fan just had enough going behind it, moving enough air to just flip up the edge of the cover or something, you know? Do you have something like that happening?
I don't know. I didn't this time, and I don't know for the rest of my life. But again, it just feels like if somebody would apply pressure on the mattress with their knee, and that's it. It's nothing more. It's just, you know, it's not you. So again, I figured I'd ask. Christophus says he has. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit more tomorrow. Cody says when he wakes up, he's usually pitching morning wood, which same. But again, nonetheless, Cordman is saying it's my house might be haunted, which is a possibility. And Vegas is saying you need to call Geraldo Rivera to investigate.
No, you don't want Geraldo Rivera anywhere near your bedroom, buddy.
Right. Guys, again, we thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out today. We hope to see everybody back tomorrow at our regular time. For Finch, always great seeing you, my friend. Hope everything is going well with you. Great having you on the show today. For Mike in the Steelers Central Mobile Studio, myself, the Two Dumb Yinzers, everybody have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.